Welcome to another Friday night free for all. We're going to talk about the Packers and Vikings first, and then we'll go ahead and open the show up to you guys, so you guys can go ahead and talk about what you want. Talk about how Vikings are still getting no respect, but we'll go ahead and we'll get into it.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back.
Yeah, so there's a couple things going on right now. When people were picking the game, all they're talking about was what the Packers are doing, not what the Vikings are doing. There are some people who are picking the Vikings. Majority of people are still riding Green Bay's jock. And then there are some annoying Viking fans with some stupid ass opinions, and I will let Sarah get into that. So go ahead, Sarah. You start off the show. I know you want to rant, so go ahead.
I'm just freaking annoyed people.
I got the parent advice, Susie.
We did not get rid of fucking Kirk Cousins to so that we can just sign Sam Darnold for another $40 to $45 million contract and get rid of our defense. So please stop this notion that Sam Darnold is going to come back next year and play for $10 million. We either going to have to sign Sam Darnold for $45 million, or we're not going to have a defense. So which one do you want? We can't have both. We already are paying Jefferson and Darisaw, and we're not going to be able to pay Sam Darnold and the defense too.
Amen. I don't have to repeat that. that is the biggest talker here in the Twin Cities. Extending Sam Darnold. It's like, you know what? It's 3 games. See what happens at the end of the season. But even so, the Vikings just got done paying all that guaranteed money to an average quarterback. Here's the thing. Sam maybe had a good year, and then you pay him. Doesn't mean he's going to repeat it. He could regress. So, and you did not draft a quarterback for the future just to overpay for a veteran who had one good year. So, yeah, Viking fans need to get off this. Oh, we signed Darnold. He becomes our franchise quarterback. And, no, it's not going to happen.
The only reason why we have a defense is because we're paying Sam Darnold $10 million, okay? So people need to get over the fact that, we can just bring him back and we're going to be able to pay all these other people too. No, we're not. The only reason we are able to is because we didn't pay Hunter or Kirk.
Right, and we're still paying Hunter and Kirk. Hunter came up here last weekend and got 2 checks.
Exactly, and so do you guys want Sam Darnold, or do you want even to build an even better defense than what we have? We can't have both.
Well, and then the big question mark is too, who's going to take the chance on Flores as a head coach? That's going to be a talker. The Vikings could offer Flores more money to stay and give him the assistant head coach tag if he'll take it. Depending on the team, he's going to look at it. But yeah, I mean, everything he said about Tua, he doesn't look like the bad guy anymore. Put it that way.
Well, and the thing too is though that I think Flores is going to be very because if he gets another chance, he's not just going to take any head coaching job. He's going to look at the circumstances of which organization he's going into, because you bet your ass he's not going to walk into like a Chicago organization or some shit organization. He's going to want to walk into an organization that is more stable. So he's not just going to like take any random
Well,
head coaching job.
No, and
I
he's also going to want control.
Right. And I don't think we have to worry about Flores going to the Bears because the Bears are going to hire an offensive guy to help Caleb Williams.
Oh, another offensive guy to watch him tank? Jesus Christ. How many offensive guys have the Bears hired and they still suck on offense?
It's
My God, if you're a quarterback and you play in Chicago, your career's over.
I'm thinking Ben Johnson or Kellen Moore.
For the Bears?
Yeah.
They'll probably take Ben Johnson because he was in the division.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Ben Johnson's even leaving.
I think
he's so beta. He does not have that alpha.
Well, all coaches want to be a head coach eventually. That's
Well, the thing also is they're gonna. I mean, these coaches come in there. They're gonna want to put their stamp on things. Which I got my theory about KLC in that. I think KLC was kind of held back by the front office of the Vikings his first 2 years. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think he was. I hate to say it because I was not a Kirk stan, but I was not a Kirk hater.
Right.
I think Cousins was holding KOC back.
I didn't like Kirk, but I'm not a Kirk hater.
Well, no, you were a Kirk hater. Yeah.
I'm a Kirk hater. I don't like the motherfucker never will.
Their Falcons are going to be 0-3. I think they lose.
Well, and okay. Now, did you guys hear this? They went ahead and signed Kirk knowing he was still injured.
Yeah.
And they signed him anyway.
It gives me good thoughts that when you hear Mike Florio talk about the Kirk Cousins situations, they knew that he wasn't coming back. The Vikings knew that they were not going to pay him what he wanted.
And all they had to do was say one thing. We're drafting a quarterback.
Yep.
And that caused him to go.
By the way, going back to what Sarah was saying earlier, I will say it again. I will die on this hill. If you listen to Quasi and if you listen to KOC talk, if you read between what they say, JJ is the starting quarterback for the Vikings next year, no matter what.
Yeah, that's
Sam Darnold could win the Super Bowl for the Vikings, and CJJ would still be the starter.
Yeah. There's no way Sam Darnold is the permanent quarterback for this team. He's just a bridge quarterback.
And if he plays out of his mind,
here's the thing.
The Raiders will pay. The Raiders will definitely overpay for someone like
somebody
Sam
will
Darnold.
Overpay. He's going to make
the Dolphins if Tua retires. I mean,
especially if the quarterbacks that are coming out this next draft ain't that great.
I
here's
don't think
another one
is.
too. Now this is one that people have thrown out there. Okay, the Vikings signed Darnold to a contract, which basically probably top dollar, and then they trade him. Well, first of all, here's what's going to happen. The Vikings are going to be on the hook for some of that trade because damn well the team that he's going to is not going to want to pay for that whole contract.
Right. The Vikings knew what they were doing with Sam Darnold. They know that they might lose him because KOC was talking to Sam Darnold, and the reason he was able to get Sam Darnold to sign here is because he said, "You come here, you'll be the next Baker Mayfield." Which so far it looks like that's what's going to happen. So Vikings know that they're pretty much going to get nothing for Sam Darnold next year. If Sam Darnold continues to play like this, they know they're not going to get anything from him, which I'm perfectly fine with.
I'm fine with that too because
I have no problem with it.
And we did him a favor, so let's all just go our separate ways.
Well, as Viking fans will appreciate what Sam Darnold did if he takes us to the playoffs, wins a couple of games or whatever. We'll definitely appreciate it, just like we appreciate Case Keenum. But I think Sam Darnold is way more talented than Case Keenum is. But this just could be. I mean, the Vikings have started 3-0 before the season's collapsed, so we'll see. This whole season, to me, because when you talk about the Vikings so far. People are talking about we've seen a great 3-game stretch from Sam Darnold before, like when he was in Carolina, yada yada yada. And then they're talking about last year, or Brian Flores' defense in the first half of the season was great, but the second half, first of all, you cannot compare one season to the next season in the NFL because no season is ever identically the same. The Vikings have way more talent on this year's defense than they had on last year's defense. And they're talking about, Green Bay, beat them the second time. That was the last game of the season. The Vikings were out of it. They had injuries up the ass. And we're talking about how, how Jordan Love just tore them apart or whatever. Like, well, first of all,
Jordan Love also sucks in the beginning of the year.
Right. And then the Detroit Lions, they said, the Detroit Lions got them the second time. If the Vikings, I know we just got done talking about number 8. If the Vikings had number 8, Detroit does not beat them at all last year. That Mullins pass that was picked off, that was weak ass arm strength. If Sam Darnold makes that throw this year, it's a touchdown. It's not going to be a pick. So let's just settle down on the whole Detroit and Green Bay's figure it out. Brian Flores' defense, because it's not the same defense that he was running last year either.
Well, by the time they played Jordan Love the second time around, Wanham was injured. Everybody was injured.
Everybody was hurt.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah. Everybody but Munter was hurt.
Yeah. So
hold on. The Timberwolves just traded Cat.
What?
To where?
To the Knicks.
They traded him to the Knicks?
Say what?
Let me see.
Well, it's Anthony Edwards' team. It doesn't surprise. To New York. He went to New York, it looks like.
So
I just wanted to see him win a championship with us because he's
Karl Anthony Towns gets traded to New York. Julius Randle and a first-round pick. My God, the T-Wolves fucking hosed Knicks on that trade.
Julius Randle and Dante
and a first-round pick.
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo. And a first-round pick.
Yeah,
New York just got fleeced.
I'm so glad we have a competent GM.
And of course the fucking Twins lose again. Goddamn that fucking team.
Yeah, you know what?
Can we fire the ownership of that team? Please. Can we please fire the Twins ownership? Get the fuck out of here. You guys are useless.
They're the cheapest.
And they're Minnesota people.
They're the fucking seventh richest owners in MLB. They're the seventh richest owner in MLB. They have more money than the Mets owner.
Yeah, and he don't put it to the damn team at all.
Because MLB don't have.
They own Yum, the Yum brand. They own Pizza Hut. They own Circle. They own like KFC, Taco Bell, PepsiCo, and all that Yum brands.
Yeah,
that's the Polacks.
And MLB, they don't have a salary cap, right?
Nope.
No, they don't.
They have a luxury tax.
Taxes.
Yeah, but
kind of explains why you don't get a lot of players, because if you're here 6 months out of the year, you got to pay taxes here. Our taxes are kind of high.
I'm not a Timberwolves fan, so it doesn't really affect me. But
I'm shocked that Cat is gone, though.
It was going to happen sooner or later.
It's Ant's team.
Yeah,
just like my team last year, they traded for DeJounte Murray. But that's definitely Trae Young's team. Rutgers has beaten Washington 20-10 too.
Yeah, what was all that talk about trading Trae Young then? Just bullshit.
Fucking Lakers fans and New York fans thinking they can have what other teams have. Pretty much.
I'm so sick of the Lakers. My God.
Fucking Laker fans talk about getting Trae Young to play with fucking LeBron James and shit. It's because he plays for the Hawks, and the Hawks are the NBA's version of the Vikings.
Okay, you know what? If I'm LeBron, I need to lay low, because LeBron was associated with some people now that they're looking at big time.
Hey, Sarah, does LeBron James look better in a maid's outfit than you do?
What?
I said, does LeBron James look better in a maid outfit than you do?
Yeah. Because I'm lazy. I don't clean.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. If I'm LeBron, I'm kind of staying out of limelight for a little bit till this kind of blows over. If it does, I'm sick of the Lakers. That's all I gotta say. I'm sick of the Lakers. I'm sick of the Lions.
yeah, like
fan
I'm so
is-
tired of all this dick riding on the Lions. Like, good lord.
you know what? And especially national media, I'm just gonna say it. Stephen A can suck a purple dick because I'm so sick of them riding the fucking Lions and Packers every single fucking week. It's the same damn teams they're riding, and they're finding more and more excuses for Caleb Williams. It's like, why don't you just say the obvious one? He sucks. Bottom line,
Might have an upset in college football.
Rutgers.
No, Virginia Tech's beating Miami.
Oh,
34-31, 30 minutes, 5:30 to go.
damn.
Yeah, it's the whole thing when you talk about like this week, the Packers are favored. Even if Jordan Love's not playing, the Packers are still favored, which
Which is like
just blows my fucking mind.
But I'm
And
glad
then-
that that's the case, though. Because that's just good bulletin board material for our boys.
Well, also now okay. So who's playing quarterback? Is it going to be Love or is it going to be Malik Willis?
Glove is the only person who is officially listed out for both teams. Well, no, for the Vikings is
Ivan Pace
Is
Jr.
Pace, an offensive lineman and a cornerback. But I think the cornerback is like a third string. He's out, and then one of the offensive linemen for the Packers is out. There's 4 players questionable for the Packers. And
Oh
Love is
yeah,
one
that
of them.
rookie that they just drafted.
Yeah.
So it could
Love
be
is
Malik
questionable.
Willis. So it's probably
I
Malik
think it's
Willis
gonna
then.
be Willis. I don't think they're gonna bring back Love against this defense.
I
No,
wouldn't.
hey, you know what though? LaFleur's ego will bring him back because he wants to prove a point. All he's hearing about is Flores' defense, and LaFleur's got an ego that he's wants to destroy that defense.
For some reason, people think that Jordan Love is like a fucking top 5 quarterback, and he's like a Hall of Famer. They're like, "Oh, what you need as a Vikings quarterback is a top
Jordan
line,
Love,
is a
first
top
of all,
line quarterback." And then one guy goes, "Well, C.J. Stroud's a top line quarterback."
Yeah, look what happened to him Sunday.
Yeah, so
And I still am a CJ Stroud guy, but Flores put it on him, and it showed.
yeah.
Here's the thing: the Vikings are getting no respect for beating the Niners both handily.
I
Niners
went
and
off the deep and calling these two dudes who did power rankings, and they called our wins fluky. I was like, you know what? I'm unsubscribing to you because this is fucking bullshit for you to say that our wins against the 49ers and the Texans were fluky because they didn't have a running back.
No, the Flores just owns fucking Shanahan's type of offense.
Shanahan's overrated.
So basically, they can say, first of all, I remember when people say, "Oh, the 49er game was close." No, it was not close.
It was never close.
The Texas game definitely was not close.
They
But when you
didn't have
look at the
Nihjt.
teams so the Vikings beat the Giants, which, by the way, are not looking that bad, right? The Giants are better. I think the Giants are better than we thought they were. The Vikings just made them look awful, so everybody thought they were. They're just turning out not to be that bad. The 49ers have 2 losses, but let's just go ahead and blame that at injuries, right?
Even
And then
Giants fans were saying that, maybe we're not so bad. Maybe Minnesota's just good.
No,
Right,
the Giants are garbage.
Right. Well, they gave the Cowboys a run,
Oh, the Cowboys are garbage.
So and then the Texans only have 1 loss. That was against Minnesota. The game was not even close, right? And then so they're probably going to win next week. So they'll be 4. So they'll be 3-1. And the game was not even close. That Texan game was not even close. And
No.
people are like, well, Sam Darnold's going to turn into a pumpkin. Meanwhile, yes, the Packers have 2-1, but when you look at the team rankings, they lost to a good team, right? They played 2 shitty teams in the Colts and Titans, and people are acting like they're world beaters.
And they barely beat the Colts.
I don't understand why.
Well, the Lions and
The
the
love
Packers
affair, yes, right.
higher than us.
LaFleur is a good head coach. Yes, I understand that. But you're not running that offense out that they beat the Titans and Colts with. You're not running that offense out and beating a good team. You're not beating the Lions with that. You're not beating the 49ers with that offense. You're not beating the Cowboys. Not the Cowboys. You're not beating the Eagles with that offense. You're not beating the Cardinals with that offense. You're not beating Seattle with that offense. Any of the good teams, you're not beating Buffalo. You ain't beating Kansas. You ain't beating any of those teams with that offense. So I don't understand You beat two of the worst fucking teams in the league, but yet people are acting like they like if the Packers did if the Packers had the same schedule the Vikings had and they were undefeated, oh yeah, you could say something. But their schedule has been so weak so far. I just
I mean, everybody had us going 1-5.
Yeah.
well, shit.
now that we
Sports Illustrated had us going 3-14, so we've already tied what they said we were going to do.
Okay, you know what? Sports Illustrated ain't even a goddamn magazine.
Wow, Cam Ward is still goddamn good. Holy shit! Oh my god, is that going to be a touchdown? Oh shit!
Nobody's reading Sports Illustrated anyway. It's out of print.
Yeah, this is swimsuit issue. That's it. That's all anybody cares about anymore.
I stopped caring about Sports Illustrated after the 80s.
I think if Sam Darnold was smart, he would go to be Matthew Stafford's backup, because Stafford's going to be retiring soon.
He might get that job in LA.
Yeah, Sam Darnold might go back to LA. Well, not back to LA, but under Sean McVay again.
And McVay will look, and McVay kind of runs the same offense as KOC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be his best fit, where he'll be able to utilize all his skills, and he'll have McVay to lean on.
I think even with all the injuries, the Rams win Sunday. I think they beat the Bears.
Yeah,
the Bears are not a good team.
I do not understand this confidence for this team that has no fucking offense.
And by the way, Sarah, everybody is ghosting me. By the way,
everybody what?
When it comes to the Bears, no one wants to face me because I was right about them.
Me and you were the only two people I remember saying, "What the fuck is up with this shit? The Bears, are not going to be better than us."
Yeah, they're not.
No, especially when you get rid of all the coaches, but you keep the main headache, and that's Eberflus.
Eberflus is by far and away the worst head coach.
Fixed, they were all like, "Oh, Shane Waldron fixed Gino." No, he didn't. It was Dave Canellis that fixed
and Pete Carroll.
Yeah, and so now they're all like, "Oh, we need to fire Shane Waldron."
First of all, why did you even hire Shane Waldron? They need to be asking that question.
Especially when, because if like Seattle didn't want him back, don't you wonder why?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Chicago right now and they want a new stadium.
I just feel bad for anybody that ends up getting drafted by Chicago as a quarterback. Hopefully you can revive your career in 3-4 years when they trade you so that they can draft another one.
It's looking like it so far, Shaq, with what he's doing with Darnold.
Yeah, which leads me to think that the main problem for this team was the former guy.
Yeah.
And
as I don't know if you guys know what a governor is on a car, right? I think well, you know what a governor is on a car, right, Sarah? It keeps you from going to a certain speed on the car.
Oh yeah.
I think Kirk Cousins has that on his own, in his mind.
Yeah.
100%.
Sam Darnold has got the fuck it attitude. And that's what you need in a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes has got the fuck it attitude.
Well, you got to remember when there were certain plays where KLC would have that look on his face, like, I can't believe he did that.
Yeah.
With Kirk, and that kind of told you everything you needed to know right there. We got lucky and won the 13 games the first year, but that was a lot of luck.
Well, and don't you think it's ironic how now we don't have Kirk and we're 3-0, and Atlanta has Kirk and they're 1-2.
We don't have Kirk, and the whole attitude of the team has changed.
Yeah.
The whole attitude. I'm just like, now when I got on KLC last year for being a wuss. He is nothing like that this year. Nothing at all.
And that reminds me, Tony, I was going to bring this up for you. Remember how there was a report of him in Cleveland, how he was saying that they were being too
physical in practice? Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out it wasn't even true.
Well, you know what? Because he has said it before. He said it last year.
No,
So,
yeah, it turned out. I'm thinking it's probably that Schwartz guy. He's an asshole.
yeah,
You talk about Jim Schwartz?
Jim
Yeah,
Schwartz.
yeah. Because then I was reading the story up on it, and it turned out it wasn't even true. He didn't say
Well,
anything like that. When they got back to the hotel, he ripped the team for not being physical enough. And the next day, when they showed up for the second day of practice, they were more physical.
Yeah, and you know what? He's physical this year, even in his play calling. His play calling is aggressive this year.
well, from what I understand, the practices are actually physical this year.
Yeah, they're actually they're not. I mean,
Uh,
there's a
Yeah, so
competition.
that whole story wasn't even true. I don't know where it came from,
touchdown, you.
but I'm thinking
Well,
it probably.
because they probably put it out there because he has done that before. Matter of fact, he did it a couple of years ago when he first started. I think he did it last year too. So that has come out, and that's he has done that before, and I got on him for that. But this year, it's a completely different team. That's why a lot of these division teams, the Bears, the Lions, especially the Lions and the Packers, think they're going up against the same team they've been facing the last 2 years, the same Kevin O'Connell team. This is a different team. This team is a lot more physical. This team will hit you in the mouth first play.
Just look at the way they play San Fran and Texans. They punched them, and they just kept punching them all
Yeah.
the way until the time ran out.
And I'm going to be honest with you, the only team that's probably as physical as the Vikings will be this year might be the Lions, but that physicality will probably work against them because they're not going to play smart football. You know?
Yes, someone did a ranking of the coaches, and they had I'm having a brain fart right now. They had KOC and Brian Flores were second. I
Behind
can't
Reed
remember
and
who.
Spagnolia.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Reed and Spagnuolo are what, number one?
Yeah.
Which I don't disagree with that. You know,
And they got the rings to prove it. That's the only reason they're 1 and 2. That's the only reason they're number one.
Andy Reid has always been a great head coach. I mean, look what he did with the Eagles. You know,
Yeah.
I think he just didn't have the quarterback to get a job done like he does now.
Well, and I mean, if everything continues the way it is, and the Vikings have a good year, KOC's the front runner to win Coach of the Year.
Well, right now they said if KOC is not the coach of the year and Brian Flores isn't the defensive coach of the year, then there's something wrong.
I think what the Vikings do at the end of the year, maybe even before the end of the year, you give Flores a extension of some sort, bump and raise, and you give him the assistant head coach tag. You take it off of Pettin.
Well, is Pet the DC next year if Flores leaves?
No. He should have been the DC after Donatello, and he didn't take it. I don't even know what the hell he's doing on the team. I think he's KOC's friend.
Oh, it's because he gave. I think KOC's just paying him back because he gave KOC his first coaching job when they were in Cleveland.
By the way, can we please thank the cooler heads prevailing when it came to our head coach? We got because there was people in the organization who liked Hackett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they loved Hackett, and they sabotaged the Harbaugh deal. So, they got KOC. I think they wanted KOC at the beginning to be kind of a puppet. And I swear to God, they were in his ear telling him, do this, do that. I mean, there's no way, there's nothing that gave you the idea that Alexander Madison was a number one running back. Nothing.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, doesn't it seem like he kind of let them have their way the first 2 years to kind of prove, whatever? And then now that all those guys are gone, he's finally free to run his team the way he wants.
Well, I also think they wanted to finish the last 2 years of Kirk's contract.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. And then when Kirk got hurt, guess what? You had an out now. But if you notice with the Wilfs, they left that decision entirely up to Kwesi.
Yeah, this is definitely
Well, and
KOC and Quasi's
that's
team
why
now.
people were like, "No, KOC wanted Kirk back." I'm like, "Well, of course she's gonna say that in public because I mean,
Well, I think the reason KOC in my mind wanted Kirk back was if you look at the free agent quarterbacks, there really wasn't any good ones, and coming out of the draft, there really wasn't any good ones. So just like when the Vikings signed Kirk Cousins to free agency, he was the best quarterback available. So I think that's what KOC was.
well,
Going
I
after.
mean, I think they wanted Kirk back, but they weren't.
Well, they didn't want him
want
back at his
that
salary.
price point, and they knew that
Yeah,
if they offered him something less and say they're going to draft a quarterback anyways, he wouldn't take
But
it anyway. So they window dressed it, you know.
But here's the thing, and this is what these idiot Kirk stands don't seem to realize. Now I want you to friggin' defend your fucking quarterback after this, you fucks. Kirk found out the Vikings were going to draft a quarterback and said, no, I'm not coming back. So what does that tell you right there? And what did Kirk do the first time the fucking Falcons drafted a quarterback? He bitched and moaned. Kirk is not a team player. He's not. Bottom line, he's not a team player.
He may not even be starting if they lose Sunday.
Yeah, and Trisha would be happy with that.
Oh yeah, that game against the Chiefs, that 4th and goal, I was like, yep.
Here's the thing.
That's the Kirk we all know and love.
Kirk is still hurt.
Oh, it was 4th
still
inches.
Hurt.
It was 4th and inches. I was just like, yep.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. I said, are they really going to do a QB sneak with a guy who can't do a QB sneak?
And it wasn't even 4th and 3 or like 4th and 8. It was 4th and inches. And
Mr. Chicken Legs himself. Mr. Chicken Legs.
And not to mention, they already had a backup center playing.
Yeah, he looks like he's riding a chicken. His legs are so skinny.
It's just I don't know. It's to the point now. Kirk goes to a team, he's gonna fucking ruin that team. You know.
All I know is I'm glad we're not paying him. I mean, we are, but we aren't.
We are, but he's not our headache.
Yeah.
He's not our headache, and that's a good thing. So, good riddance to the motherfucker. I'm glad he's gone.
And
let's look.
Haters and why we bring up Kirk, I don't fucking care. I had to deal with him for 6 years, so you're gonna listen to me be happy about him not being on the team for 6 years.
I can't show my happiness because he's my girl's quarterback. So
sucks to be you.
I have to keep my enthusiasm, tempered. So yeah, I get my little grins in there now again, and I'll say under my breath, "That's on you, not me." But
you bet your ass.
How was it watching the game with her?
I got paid back in one game for 6 years of the bullshit she had to hear with me. And that was the first game. I heard it.
Did you say anything when they went for it on the quarterback sneak on 4th and goal? Did you say anything or?
No, I didn't. I just was like, what the fuck is this? And Trisha's like, I'm done. I'm out. We're going to lose. I'm done. So I was like, anything's possible, but I kind of said, yeah, you're going to lose.
That was the dumbest call play too, man.
And
they can see all those Chiefs linemen standing lined up right there, and they're going to run that play.
Yeah. It just was. I think Kirk Cousins is a hindrance to our offense than anything.
That could have been PI on the Hurricanes, but they didn't call it. It actually should have been PI.
Yeah, I think Kirk is a hindrance to whoever's offense he's in. I mean, oh my God, and who did? Oh, they got the Saints this week. Atlanta does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm going to have that game on along with ours. Oh boy.
I think the Saints are going to take it. I think the Falcons start 0-4.
No, they're 1-3.
Oh, 1-3. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're 1-2. They're about to be 1-3.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
And who'd they beat? Carolina, right?
No,
No.
the Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh, because fucking Saquon Barkley dropped that pass. That's right.
Monday Night Football.
That's right.
Kirk tricked them into leading them down a game-winning drive. I'm like, that's cute that you think he's going to be able to do that again and again and again.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Okay, I'm not going to take nothing away from Jaden Daniels, but how bad are the Bengals?
Pretty bad. Their defense is awful.
Jeez.
People are picking Carolina to beat them this week because of
Well,
their
they
defense.
got rid of like a lot of their defense.
They didn't have
Well,
that
the
much defense in the first place.
The Bengals defense has never been great.
No, they've
even
never
when they
had a
went to
good
the-
defense.
even when
They're
they went to
really
the Super
missing
Bowl.
DJ Reader.
Even when they went to the Super Bowl.
Well, and Reader's hurt, I guess.
Guess who's out on the Lions for the rest of the season?
Oh, Mr. Davenport?
Davenport.
Yep, Davenport.
What,
I gotta tell you what though, he's like he knows how to get that bag. Being a hurt player, I can tell you that much.
He sure does. He shows up for one game and then ouch, I'm hurt for the season.
Yeah, he's making money though. Making money, can't fault him there.
No.
Whoever their agents are, good on them.
Wait.
So who do you think the Bears will?
Wait.
bring?
Who had a good game week 1? Wasn't Cousins? Oh, Davenport maybe. I don't know.
What was your question, Sarah?
I said, who do you think the Bears will bring in next year?
For head
I already said it. I think either the offensive coordinator for the Lions or the offensive coordinator for Kellen Moore, whoever he's offensive coordinator for.
I was listening
Chargers, I
to
think.
Purple Daily today, and this guy's hot take is that the Bears are gonna make Josh McCown the next Bears head coach.
anything's possible with the Bears. Seriously. Right now, and unfortunately, you got to find a coach that can work with Caleb Williams.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Bears are like ruining him, and he's just developing bad habits.
Well, look at
Already had the bad habits at USC.
look at what's his name in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Justin Fields hates the Bears.
Yeah, I mean look how Justin Fields isn't setting the world on fire, but at least he looks like an NFL competent quarterback.
He's also got a competent head coach. He's got a
Yeah.
running game, and he's got a defense. He's got a complete team.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't play quarterback for
And he has
Mike
an
Tomlin,
O-line.
yeah, and he's got an O-line.
It's amazing
No.
what an O-line can do for a young quarterback.
Just a competent offensive play caller. I mean,
Arthur
shit.
Smith?
Did he catch that? Did Virginia Tech just win on a Hail Mary?
Well, Smith is getting a lot of accolades in Pittsburgh. A lot of accolades.
Don't celebrate yet, Miami.
Well, I think some
Hey, you should
coaches
put it on
are-
ESPN, Tony. Watch the end of the Virginia Tech Miami game.
Hold on.
Some coaches are just.
I don't know, Shaq. The Virginia Tech player had it. If he comes down with it and his Miami player rips it away from him at the end, that's not an interception. Remember, Ty goes to the offense.
Yeah, Ty goes to the offense. Hold on. Let's see. Oh.
So let's see. This is their replay right here. Oh my gosh, did he pull that down? That's a touchdown if he came down in the end zone. That's a touchdown.
ESPN. I got it right here.
Yeah, that's a touchdown if he came down with it in the end zone.
Okay, I'm looking at the replay right now. You know what?
Number 9 for
Possession goes to the offense.
Yeah.
The ball is in his hands. It does not hit the ground. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
and then Miami player takes it from him. That's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Yep, touchdown, Virginia Tech.
See when the ball pops out right there? That doesn't matter because it's in the end zone.
Right.
Plus, he's down.
If they got rid of Catch, who's going to take Cat's role to help score?
Is it?
Gobert.
Gobert? Gobert cannot put up the
touchdown. They got it a touchdown.
Cat can.
Rolling on the field, a touchdown.
Cat's a pure score. I don't know. Maybe this kid, maybe they'll draft somebody.
Rolling on the field, a touchdown.
It is a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a touchdown.
Fuck Doug Flutie 2.0.
And it happened in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to Miami.
Because remember, his ass came down in bounds. That
Yep.
counts as 2 feet or a foot in college. Wow.
Yeah.
This is like This is like going to be the biggest call because this affects playoffs, everything. Guys, Miami, you cannot let that happen. You cannot let that
And
happen.
Miami is a good team, but they do some stupid ass shit, I tell you.
It's always been Miami's MO.
Well, yeah, they party too much. Still a party school.
So I wonder what the see right there. He has it. As soon as his ass hits the ground,
That's a catch.
that's a
catch.
touchdown. And then he loses it once he's on the ground. They knock it out.
That's a catch.
If that was not in the end zone, that might be incomplete. But since he's in the end zone,
You know what, though? He's got the ball. He's down by contact because a defensive player is touching him. That's a dead ball.
ESPN, Mom.
That is a dead ball. So guess what? It's a catch. It's a catch. Yep.
Is it ESPN 1 or 2 that you have
1.
on? Yeah, it's ESPN, Mom. It
Yeah,
should be.
regular ESPN.
It should be on your ESPN. It's Miami. It's your local team. Man, this is the call, and this is the call in all calls. What a catch, though! What a catch! Whether they mark it incomplete or not.
Well, defense was optional in this game. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
They still play at the Dolphin Stadium, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess
They'll never get I don't think they'll ever get an on-campus stadium.
Do you think McDaniels is getting fired after the season?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, he's tied to Tua. So
yeah,
probably and Ross, their owner is another idiot, Stephen Ross.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the other day I was in this Miami podcast listening, and they're like, they need to get rid of McDaniels and bring back Flo. I'm like, Flo is never coming back there ever again.
206.
No, Flo will never be in Miami again unless it's to visit.
It's
But
channel
he's
206
done in
on
Miami.
channel 206 on DirecTV, Mom.
I was like, why would Flo come back to a place that crucified him for being mean to Tua? No way in hell. Flo
You know what? He got crucified for being right about Tua.
And not wanting to fucking tank the season.
Yeah, he didn't want to tank.
That's the main issue. They wanted him to tank.
Well, yeah, and look what happened. Who was it? Lovey that got fired for not losing the last game?
Yeah.
Lovey got fired. They need to be sending him a thank you card because they ended up with CJ Stroud. They could have had Bryce Young.
Yeah. They're still looking at it.
Yeah, I know. They may reverse it.
Well, the announcer's like, there wasn't much conviction in the call. And the other guy, the TV ref they have, they're like, it doesn't matter. There's conviction in it. They called it a touchdown, so it doesn't matter.
It's already a touchdown. Just be done with it.
Yeah.
My God. Oh my God.
That was hell. That was. Oof.
They're checking. You know what they're doing? They're checking the money line in Vegas. They are checking the money line in Vegas.
Hey, put $50 down on Virginia Tech real quick. Okay, is it done? Touchdown.
Oh, if I'm Virginia Tech and they reverse this, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'd be one of them players.
They fucking reversed it. They reversed it. That's bullshit. That's a fucking catch, man. Come on, ACC. That is a catch. Wow.
I told you.
All those hurricane people needed their money.
Fucking ridiculous.
Well, if you want to avoid the hurricane, don't live in Florida.
Hurricanes aren't really that doesn't. Hurricanes are nothing.
They just screwed Virginia Tech.
That is a touchdown. I'm sorry. They
literally screwed Virginia Tech. I'm not even shaking the coach's hand. I'm not even shaking it. I'm like, fuck you. I want nothing to do with you. Fuck you. I am not shaking your hand.
Yeah. That's not.
I am not shaking anybody's fucking hand.
I think the Twins got eliminated tonight with their loss.
Who cares? It's the Twins.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shaking anybody's hand. I'd be like off the field. I'm like, fuck you, fuck this state, fuck your team.
Great, so, man.
Any final thoughts before we start bringing people on?
Oh, I got the Vikings winning 24-20.
I got the Vikings winning 36-10.
I'm going to go with the Madden simulation I saw, 31-17 Minnesota.
See, that's your problem right there. It's Madden.
I don't think the game's going to be that close, especially if Malik plays.
Hey, Bob, we're going to talk about 75 on the vintage one of these nights.
Yeah. All right, so there's the link. So y'all can come on and join in, going into the conversation. So the show's open up to any topic you guys want to talk about. If you want to come on and give your prediction for the game, you want to come on and talk about whatever.
What a screw job.
Yep.
God. What a screw job.
Yep. You cannot overturn that. You cannot overturn that.
That was just bad. That was just bad. I wouldn't be out there shaking nobody's hand. I'd be walked off the field threatening to start a riot. Yeah, this is bullshit.
Can we talk about how the Chiefs Michigan's get 3-peat thanks to the refs?
Who's that?
I don't think all the calls against the Chiefs are as egregious as everybody says they are. Yes, could they call their tackle for false starting and leaving early? Yes, but some of those PI calls, they're not as egregious as people are making them out to be.
You mean for the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay, when it's the same dude for the Chiefs that jumps off sides every single fucking play.
Well, that's
only gets flagged one time. There's a problem.
That I said that you can complain about that. But what I'm talking,
blatant. It's not even subtle. It's blatant. He's jumping off sides.
But what I'm talking about is some of those PI calls are not as egregious as people.
Well, and somebody also brought it up too. The refs in these first 3 weeks have just been throwing way too many flags.
Yeah.
Somebody brought it up that they're throwing way too many flags.
Illegal shift or illegal motion calls.
Well, unless you're Laramie Tunsil, my God, he can't stay on sides if his life depended on it.
Yeah.
My God. How many times did he jump? Like 5 times Sunday?
He had
4 in a row.
Yeah, he had 5 penalties because I watched a lot of the Texans people after that show. He had 9 penalties in the game.
Jeez. I mean, I know he was blocking Grenard, but damn.
Yeah.
But Jesus.
No, they were so arrogant. They sent a rookie tight end to block Grenard.
Well, that's mistake number 1 through 10.
Yeah, they found out.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
So Purple and Gold and I did a show the other day.
Oh, okay.
So
what's up?
He's Canadian, so one of the Canadian Viking fans. We have a lot of those.
Well, just settling down after work, enjoying the conversations. You guys have been
you're in Canada. Did the CFL start their playoffs yet?
I'm not sure. I don't follow the CFL because to me, I'd rather watch like high school American football games because they're just way better. I just don't like the CFL. So
CFL takes a lot to get used to because they got different rules.
yeah, those bigger end zones and the forward motion just confuses me. And I'm like relatively new to football. It's only been since like 08, 09 that I got into football.
Oh God, yeah, you're just getting into it. Yeah, and then you watch Canada, whatever you learned with American football goes straight out the window with Canadian football.
Yeah, exactly. When I try to transition, like, oh, we got a Canadian football. Let me see what that's about. And I'm like, what is going on?
Well, here's the biggest one. How did they get a point?
Yeah, like you can score 1 point, and there's just so many weird rules that I'm just like,
what's it called? A rouge?
Sense to me.
Yeah, I think the 1 point is if it's a touchback. If you don't get to play out of the end zone, it's a point for the other team.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like I saw one score, somebody got beat 35-1. I'm like, wait, how did they get to 1?
Is that when they kick a field goal, they miss it, and the guy catches it? Is that how that works? Or what?
Yeah, that's
yeah. And they like do like a touchback in the end zone or something like that.
Yeah,
off of
that's the 1 point
or something like that. Yeah, it's a weird situation, but it never really happens. But yeah, it's like something stupid like that. And I lived in Calgary for a while too, like, so the Stampeders are pretty popular there.
Yeah,
so I used to get a lot of flack from people for not caring about the CFL or even wanting to go to a game. I was like, it's just, I would literally rather do anything. I'd rather watch a Packers game from the beginning to end, like, than go to a CFL game.
Yeah, me having to sit through a Packer game is bad enough. I got to watch them this weekend. So
I know, right? At least we get to destroy them and put that freaking hype train to bed. Because, like, seriously, it makes zero sense to me why people are hyping them up as much as they are.
It's
because
it's a media bias because it's Green Bay. It's supposed to be the birthplace of football. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, did you guys?
They're still living in that Lombardi
Green
mystique.
Bay is Title Town.
Who's Title Town?
Green Bay likes to pretend they are.
Yeah, they've always been called Title Town.
Yeah, and so somebody was saying the lights went out on Title Town, so it reads Tits Town.
Just from somebody who lives across the border, I wouldn't fuck with Green Bay women.
Yeah,
well, you know why they don't have cheerleaders, right? Because they can't find women with any teeth.
That's true. Cheese don't grow tits.
They don't have cheerleaders?
No, there's never had cheerleaders.
Was there 6 teams in the NFL who don't have cheerleaders? The Giants
have. So savage.
The Giants.
Oh my God! Get this: the Falcons have a dude for a cheerleader.
That's interesting.
They have a dude for a cheerleader.
I really don't pay attention to that.
Now, when you see it, you're going to be like, you're going to question the dude part, but it's a dude.
It is. Now, do they do like real like cheerleader things where
he
like the guy's throwing them and stuff like that?
He does the cheerleader cheers. He
does
them all.
The cheers with them. Oh, that's
with them. With them. Pom poms.
Oh no. Oh no, because like like in like real cheerleading competitions where they have dudes, but they're the ones that are just like throwing them and catching them.
They're throwing them and catching them. No, he's actually doing the cheers.
They might do like flips or shit like that, but yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
He's actually doing the cheers, dude. It's. I know that's my girl's team, but goddamn.
You ain't going to see the Raiders have no damn male cheerleader.
No,
see the Cowboys have no male cheerleader.
Okay, how bad do you feel for Oakland to lose every single pro team?
I told people this. I've been on chat teams and I've been on chats with the A's. People are like, "Oh, blaming the owner of the A's and shit like that." I'm like, seriously, guys, when are you guys going to start blaming the city? Because not only are the A's leaving, right? But you guys lost the Raiders. Right?
Golden State's playing in San Francisco.
Right. You lost Golden State, right? And not only that, you also lost the Seals, the hockey team.
Yeah, well, they sucked anyway. And who plays hockey in California?
But I'm just saying, but every team that's ever played in Oakland has left. So when are you going to start blaming the city?
Yeah.
Well, see, and Oakland's not that big either. That's the problem. Oakland's kind of small. But you could have put another stadium on the site of Oakland Alameda. But then you're going to want the A's would want their own
They're
stadium.
not going to spend money. They're not going to spend money.
No. So
that,
better, and now that both leagues are in bed with gambling, build it in Vegas.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're moving to Vegas.
Yeah.
But they're playing in Sacramento until that stadium's built. Sacramento for a year, I think, and then they move. Then I think they move to the Vegas minor league.
Wow, they really didn't plan this out.
Well, they had the perfect plan. They were going to build it on there's like an abandoned harbor. They were going to build it there. But the city of Oakland told them no. So, I mean, there's not too many Gronkies out there who are going to build their stadium 100%. That's just not going to happen,
Yeah, to me, if you're a fan, and you've been a fan for years, and the Raiders have fucked over Oakland twice, and now the A's are doing it. I mean,
well, and that's the reason why our stadium is it has a roof, because the state was not going to pay for it if it was not going to be an indoor stadium.
Yeah, they wanted to use it year round, which they have. Fuck, Metallica's been there more than the fucking Vikings have.
Damn.
Metallica's had like 2 sold out shows. They've had every major concert there. I don't know how the acoustics are in that place.
Well, Metallica actually opened the stadium. They were the first.
Yeah, they were the first one. Was it? Yeah, they were the first. After them, it was Motley Crue and Poison, I believe. But yeah, and now next year there's going to be a SummerSlam for 2 nights. I don't know how that's going to work out, but
American Ninja was there.
Yeah, American Ninja was there. So I mean, it gets used.
Has anybody won American Ninja? I mean, those
since they've changed the rules, yes.
Those obstacles are so freaking hard. I'm like, how does anybody win this shit?
Since they've changed the rules, people have won it. Yes,
they are hard for an unathletic person like me who likes to sit on the couch and watch them and criticize them. I mean, that type of shit is hard. That would be hard for me. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm right here on the couch.
Well, the obstacles are hard, but back when it was, you didn't get any second chances. You didn't get this. You didn't get that. It was very hard to win, but now people win it all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of why I stopped watching it.
So yeah, I mean, U.S. Bank gets used year round, which is, it's already paid for. It's paid up. It got, what was it paid? What, the 3rd or 4th year that it was open? It was paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
city supports them, and the fans do too. They go there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Oakland where they don't sell out, and they just, like when they bring like nobody wants to bring a concert there, nobody wants to, you know what I mean, so like their stadium isn't getting used, they're not renovating, so a lot is on that city for not supporting them and spending some money there,
right.
Well, the Oakland Coliseum has been a dump since like the 90s. It's been a dump.
They used to have the day on the green there.
Yeah.
Guess who got into a fight today?
Who'd you beat up, Sarah?
No, Ayuk and Shanahan.
Oh, yeah, because Shanahan wanted him to change his shorts.
Yeah, how stupid is that?
So Ayuk got an attitude and basically stormed off the practice field.
I'm sorry, but the head coach is the head coach. If he tells you to change your shorts, you change your shorts.
No, everybody showed up in black shorts like they're supposed to, except Ayuk. He showed up in red shorts, even though he knew it was supposed to be black shorts because he had black shorts with him. But he just didn't want to wear the black shorts, so he showed up in red shorts, and then he got into an argument with Shanahan, and then he kicked off his red shorts and put on black shorts right there on the field. So he knew. It's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Being a dick?
Paid.
He's being a dick. He's probably, you know what? He's not a number one. He wants to be a number one. So what he's trying to do is work his way out of San Francisco. Or excuse me, Santa Clara, because that's where the Niners play now. He's trying to work his way out. He wants to be a number one receiver. Bottom line.
Little behind the comments, guys.
Sorry. But he's getting paid like a number one.
Yeah, but now he wants to be treated like a number one. So you know what? I ship his ass to Carolina. I mean, if you got a discontented player who's pissed off about shit and they want to go somewhere where they'll feel appreciated, send them to Carolina. They'll be really appreciated. You know? And so now, and Carolina's looking to shop Bryce Young.
I don't think they get anything for him.
I don't know if anybody really wants to put that project into him, to be honest.
Who is trying to trade for a quarterback who is 5'9"? That looks like he belongs on a middle school JV team. Nobody.
No.
Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quarterback-starved teams out there.
He can't even see over his O-line,
Yeah.
O-line to throw the ball.
He has to jump to make some of those passes.
He really has to jump up to make some of those passes? Oh, good Lord.
Russ had the same problems coming into when he played with the Seahawks. Like, if you can play as a small quarterback, it's just there's a whole lot of different things that you need to add to your fundamentals for it to work. That's why they brought oh my God, who's that young ex-CFL quarterback that was really good that they brought over to work with? At first he worked with Drew Brees and then he worked with Russ in Seattle. Fuck, what's his name? You guys know that freaking quarterback from the CFL? Played for the Bills maybe too?
Oh, Flutie?
Flutie, yeah, Doug Flutie, yeah, because he worked with Drew Brees before, and then he took off, right, and then he worked with Russ, right. So like, there's a lot of shit you need to learn to be that a small. And Bryce is not put up to, is not being set up for success, and it seems like he is like completely like uncoached out there. He seems lost. He seems like nobody's like week to week is working with them. Like it's so strange to me. I don't know about you guys.
Well, Carolina is a dumpster
Well,
fire.
Bryce Young is also smaller than Doug Flutie.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the man
What's going on, Zoe?
What up, Zoe?
What's the deal with y'all? What up with you?
His arm isn't even like strong. So
Hey,
it's
Zoe, I'm
like,
gonna grab something to eat. We'll put the comments up after.
Yo, what up, Zoe?
he can't even like have that to like
Proper bar. What's the deal?
go off of, you know?
Well, and the problem with Carolina is very simple. It starts at the top, and it's Tepper, the owner. He's the problem. He's the one that wanted Bryce Young. The other people wanted C.J. Stroud.
DJ, yeah.
George, what's the deal?
Yeah, they wanted C.J. Stroud. So, but the owner got what he wanted, and the owner's an idiot. So that's what happens when you get incompetent people in charge of friggin' pro teams.
Yep.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when Dan Snyder is out. Now you're competing against yourself to be the worst owner.
Mama Cash.
Well, he got competition because Tepper is a bad one. Ross is not that great.
Well, but now that Snyder's out, it would be Tepper that's like the worst.
Tepper's the worst because Tepper's running around there beating newspaper guys. He's getting in fights in the press box. He's like totally unhinged, getting drunk and having fights in the press box. So, I mean, it's like it's nice. I don't have to hear that shit from the Viking ownership, but when you hear from another team, it's like these are some dysfunctional motherfuckers.
Yo, what do you guys think? Who would fit better as a reclamation project in Miami? Trevor Lawrence or Bryce Young?
Bryce Young, he cheaper.
Young would be cheaper. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is who he is. He got lucky in college, and then when the competition got turned up, he looked average and below average.
Trevor Lawrence looked bad, man.
Yeah,
And they
he
gave
just
all that money.
Well, if Tua retires, I think Darnold's your starting quarterback for the Dolphins next year.
No,
I got Darnold out west with the Rams.
Y'all tripping, man.
That's a good spot too. Yeah, those are two good spots, I think.
I got Darnold going back to San Francisco, man.
You know,
That
that's
would
a
be
possibility too. He's going west, put it that way. So it's either going to be the he'll go with whoever, because KLC runs the same offense as
He's gonna go to somewhere that
as McVay. He'll go.
Shanahan and McVay coaching tree.
Yep. So he's also worked with Shanahan. So he's possibly going whoever pays him more. They might get a bidding war for him.
I think he going back to San Fran. I don't think they're gonna pay Brock.
You imagine if they moved on from Brock and went back to Sam and he did better. You know how much shit for the last how many years?
Oh, 3 or 4 years. You know how much shit they'd get? And that would be on Lynch.
Yeah,
that would be on John Lynch.
I think Brock Purdy about to start going downwards.
Well, if that's the case, you know, if the 49ers don't take Purdy, Purdy could end up in Miami.
Yeah, but Purdy is what he is. He ain't no damn threat for real.
Right. And the Dolphins are going to have to really think. They're going to have to talk to Tua. Tua's going to have to retire. He is.
Like I said, the NFL is not going to let Tua come back and
one more concussion and he's a vegetable, man.
Yeah.
And die on national TV on their brand.
Man, shout out to George with the
shout out
chat.
to George.
Y'all acting
Thank you, George.
Super chat.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay. So it's a good question for Miami. That's a really good question for Miami because McMichael's tied to Tua, unfortunately, which does him no favors.
Well, McMichael has already said that he cares more about Tua itself. So if Tua has to retire, he has to retire.
Yeah. I just think you know what, though? This is where Tua should have kept his mouth shut instead of talking all that shit about Flores. Because look at him.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be the person to say that. But I was like, karma.
I'll say it. He should have kept his mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
He should have kept his mouth shut. The only thing he did, besides making himself look like, you know, he had bad feelings, then he gets hurt and makes Brian Flores look like the smart one in the room.
Yeah, all these Dolphins are like, Flo was right. We're so dumb. Why did we choose Tua over Flores?
Yeah, and that's because these owners are putting more thought into a franchise than a franchise quarterback than the rest of the franchise. They think a franchise quarterback cures everything. It doesn't, unless you put pieces around it.
Man. That and the money that it comes from having a franchise quarterback that sells tickets, though, too.
Yeah.
Man, y'all know who Miami Nets quarterback is, man. Stop acting crazy.
What's that?
Y'all know who Miami Nets quarterback is, man.
Who?
Cam Ward, man.
They should have lost tonight.
You think they'll lose enough games to be able to?
That was a touchdown.
Next year.
I think they're gonna trade him to get him.
Cam Ward. I've already seen draft rankings, and Cam Ward is not even number one on most people's.
Not right now. He going to be.
The idiots still have Shador Sanders as number one quarterback.
No, he ain't.
I would not draft Shador, man.
He ain't over no Cam, man. Cam, you can't name Cam to win in Miami and turn the whole team around in 1 year.
No way am I drafting Shador and his dad. Hell no.
Well, you're going to get his dad regardless.
I know. That's why I said I'm not drafting him.
You're going to get his dad regardless.
And his dad already said there's only a few teams he's going to let him play for. So do you think if the Panthers had the number one pick and do you think Dion is going to let Shador go to North Carolina? Hell no.
No, he's going to have Shador. He might have Shador in Dallas.
Shit, they got a quarterback.
He could end up there.
He could end up in Dallas.
The market and the
Dallas got a quarterback though.
Does Dak have no trade in his clause?
Hell yeah, he do. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
want
you
that
do.
fuck. I don't want that fucking quarterback for $60 million. Get the fuck out of here.
He already signed a
guess what?
contract.
Guess what? So the Cowboys are going to suck for the next 4 years.
They
Yeah,
already
but
are.
I heard the perfect comparison on Sirius XM. I'm eating, guys. That's why I'm not on camera. I heard the perfect comparison of Dak Prescott on ESP on Sirius XM Radio today, NFL Network, and it was from a Bengal fan. He said Dak Prescott is Andy Dalton 2.0.
No, he's not. He's Kirk Cousins.
yeah, Dallas over with though. You can see
Because,
Dallas downhill right
They're all
now.
the same.
Dalton got the
Basically
Bengals to
same
the
Kirk.
playoffs 5 years in a row and did not win one playoff game.
Kirk, Dalton, they're all the same guy.
Dallas going downhill.
That is true. That is true, Purple and Gold. That is true.
They just
They're all
don't
the
have
same.
like they just don't have that like missing link, that winning factor. Like,
Yeah.
you know, remember when like Baker Mayfield, right before he got drafted, he beat, I forget who he beat in that bowl game, and he was like grabbing his crotch and telling him to freaking, suck it, and everybody was like dogpiling on him.
Well,
and I'm
he
like,
also
that's the fucking thing that you need as a quarterback to win in the freaking NFL.
Wasn't
If
he
you
the
don't
one?
have that piece, you have fucking Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
You have fucking Dak Prescott.
Wasn't he the one
Oh,
who
no,
put
for our quarterback,
Andy Dalton.
motherfucker, to
You know?
suck it though.
Wasn't he the one who put the Oklahoma flag on the Texas logo?
Yeah, he's the one that damn near started a goddamn civil war again.
But that's the attitude you have to have as a quarterback to win in the NFL.
Well, I
If
can tell you who ain't got that.
You have fucking Kirk, man.
You
Mr.
know
Williams,
who
is
never
have
have that
Baker
attitude.
now?
He
Mr.
doesn't
Mr.
have
Bell.
it.
Mr. Williams in Chicago ain't got that attitude.
Oh no, you good, George? George, you my guy.
Caleb don't have that attitude. Caleb is right now, just in the few games he's played, he's sulking on the sidelines already. He's not even involved in the game. If it doesn't go his way, he just sulks. You can't do that.
I'm so glad we have JJ.
Yeah. JJ's fucking solid, man. He's so good. Like, I think in my division preview, I said that I was like, when by the time the Vikings play the Bears, I've said that that'd be the game that he runs to the sidelines and cries in his mom's fucking lap, because he's just soft, man. Like, he's fucking soft. Caleb Williams, I don't know what he doesn't. He's got all the arm talent in the world, but like just doesn't have that.
And here's another thing
A
too.
hard time with the Texans. Wait until he plays us.
And here's the thing too.
Go after him.
I said this, and this is a different team this year. This Viking team is physical. They're hitting folks in the mouth. I mean, they're literally lining up and hitting folks. They ain't soft like they've been the last 2 years. These guys are actually being physical. So if these NFC North teams think it's going to be like a not physical game against the Vikings, they're in for a rude awakening.
What up, Too Evil? Nice meeting you at Skullfest, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
They punched
Nice
the Texans,
conversation.
and the Texans were so shocked they didn't know what to do back.
Hey, Tony, did Too Evil look like anything like you thought he would when you saw him?
You know what? I really didn't picture him.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't picture. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, there he is.
Nicest guy ever, man. It's amazing how nice you are in person, man.
Did
He was on
Did
T-Bag.
Too Evil hit you guys up about how glad he is that Kirk isn't here anymore?
I'm glad he's. I don't miss it.
Hey, Too Evil. I got a question for you. The Vikings are going to need a backup quarterback next year. Do they sign Wentz?
Hell no. You keep
That's
him
evil,
far away
Catch.
from your team.
That's evil, Catch. Don't put that in the world.
So you go from one ginger to another.
If Too Evil had his way, he would trade JJ McCarthy for Wentz.
Yeah.
He would, just to get under our skin.
JJ's the future, though, man. Like, we got like all the fucking the building blocks to a dynasty, man. Like,
I don't want Mullins as the backup.
I want more fucking controversy. It's kind of bad in a like. I want more controversy around B-Flow so that he can't get a job anywhere else and he's just with us. And maybe we'll get like a decade of like KOC and B-Flow. That'd be fucking amazing.
Well, here's the thing. He can have that. Somebody is going to be desperate enough to take a chance.
Yeah, He's so good, man. You know how like the Ravens for the last few years have been catching, like, if you've never played the Ravens before, they'll catch you off guard, and before you know it, they're up 3 scores. Like, remember the game against the Lions last year? The first time they had faced them. And if they don't beat you with that gimmick, like the first time you see they catch you off guard. And B-Flow is the same way with his defense, right? The first time you see that defense, it catches you completely off guard and you have no idea what to do. And look at freaking even Brock Purdy the second time didn't know what the fuck to do. So like,
and that's because this year he's got the weapons to keep people guessing. He didn't have it last year.
Yeah, he has the players to actually.
He's got the players to keep people guessing. I mean, and that helps by having money to spend, even if it's 1 or 2 years, on players that fit the defense. So, and that's what happens when you free up money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it takes. And so going back and then signing Darnold to more money, that's not going to happen.
No, I think he out of here.
Yeah, we would not be 3-0 if Kirk was here.
Fuck no, we never.
No, we'd be 0-3.
I don't know if we'd be 0-3, but
we probably be 1-2.
If Kirk comes back this year and he's still not healthy in Atlanta, that's what Atlanta's not saying. They're not going to put it out there that he's still hurt.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, and they signed him knowing he's still hurt. That's on Arthur Blank.
Yeah, because Arthur Blank wanted them to sign.
But then Arthur Blank is also the guy that had what did he have? Alumni weekend last week and put himself in the Ring of Honor for the Falcons. So I'm like,
idiot, man.
Yeah, he said that he was. I excluded myself for them talks to put in the Ring of Honor. Sure, like they're not going to put you in the Ring of Honor when your name comes up.
No, if that's the case, Max Winter would have been in the Vikings Ring of Honor.
I gotta tell you though. So, I wasn't at that game. I kind of wish because the Vikings wore those uniforms. Bobby Bryant got put into the Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, like, who's going to be next?
Oh,
I mean, has there been any talk about who's next?
Wouldn't shock me if it's Chad Greenway. Really, for all the old guys, most of the old guys are gone. So, I mean, I think you put Ed White in there.
Is Antoine Winfield in there?
No, Antoine's not in there either.
So he might be the next.
Yeah.
They may. I wonder. Like if the Bucks play in Minnesota, like they'll do it then that way his son could be there.
Who?
Antoine Winfield.
That's if the Bucks play in Minnesota.
Right. Like, would they wait for that, or would they wait for like a Buccaneers bye week or something like that?
No, they got lucky with Steve Jordan and Cam. The week they did it, it just happened to be a bye week, so Cam was there for Steve Jordan's.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, could they do the same thing for?
Wasn't Cam Jordan the one that was saying all that shit about Kirk?
Everybody was talking about Kirk. Hell, Kirk's own teammates were talking about him. Everson Griffin called him ass.
Just saying.
He didn't lie. Shit. Yeah, no, everybody, Kirk, the talk about Kirk in the NFL was he's just an average quarterback. He's ass. The only team that put Kirk on that pedestal was Minnesota.
Jettas looks way more happier with Sam Darnold, though.
It's a different attitude with this team this year.
Yeah.
It's a different attitude.
Well, Justin Jefferson also caught a touchdown pass in every game so far.
Yeah. So is Jordan Naylor, too, isn't it? Yeah, Naylor has, too.
No, I don't think the first game he caught a touchdown.
No, Jalen Naylor has had a touchdown in every game.
Did he have one in the Giants game? I thought that was.
Yeah, he did. He had one in the Giant game.
Addison's playing Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, Addison's playing. Addison is playing. So, don't know if Jair Alexander is going to play. I just kind of find it a coincidence that all of a sudden he can't play after he talked all that shit.
And these Packer fans, I'm sorry. Stop saying that Jareer Alexander covered J.J. Jefferson single coverage that whole fucking game. He did not cover Justin Jefferson one-on-one. There was like 3 or 4 plays where he covered Justin Jefferson one-on-one.
Oh,
He did not. He did not cover Justin Jefferson one-on-one that whole fucking game.
No, he had over the top help. Yeah, Mike Tyson's son.
Yeah, no, you know how he's with the Athletic or he's like one with those affiliates.
Yeah.
So he did a breakdown of that game, and he even said that Jair never went one-on-one with JJ for that whole game. It was always with safety help.
Yeah, the safety was always shading to JJ to Alexander's side.
Yep.
Because even Justin Jefferson says, when I'm double covered, I'm open.
Only thing we really got to worry about on offense, rest of the way, depending on how it goes, is Bradbury and Ingram.
And Darnold. Hopefully Darnold doesn't turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Yeah.
People are so waiting for that. They are so waiting for him to turn into a pumpkin. I'm like, okay, but did Geno Smith turn into a pumpkin? Did Baker Mayfield turn into a pumpkin?
I'm shocked.
What about Kurt Warner? Did he ever turn into a pumpkin?
And I never. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated Kurt Warner. Hated Kurt Warner. Did not like nothing about him, including his ugly ass wife. But she was on TV every fucking Sunday.
I tell you what, though, when she grew her hair long, she looked way different. she was good looking when she grew her hair long.
Yeah, she still looked like a mutt, but anyway.
Even Stephen A. Smith has us ranked 3rd. I was like, holy shit, hell has frozen over.
Oh, Stephen A. He's waiting for the bottom to drop on Sam Darnold.
He was kind of forced to.
He's waiting for it.
He's waiting for it so that he can come on and clown like how he does to Dallas.
He'll clown Orlovsky, but he really can't clown Dan Orlovsky. He clowns the hell out of Marcus Spears because Spears was a Cowboy, but I mean the Cowboys are just ass.
Well, it's kind of funny. Those who know about quarterback play don't seem to think Sam Darnold's going to turn into a pumpkin.
Well, no, because he's got a real quarterback as a coach,
right?
So that's the plus side.
Well, I mean, he's got KOC and Josh McCown.
And also, we're running the ball this year, which is what we didn't do last year. So we just got to hope Aaron Jones don't get hurt because he's known to get hurt about this time every year. So
I think the Vikings are doing a good job with splitting the reps between the 2 running backs.
He took some shots last week, though.
He's gonna play on Sunday, though.
Oh yeah, it's all hands on deck except Ivan Pace.
Yep, Ivan Pace is the only Viking who's listed as out.
Yeah, Pace is out.
I don't think Love plays.
No, he's bait. There's no way he plays. They're stupid if they play him.
And I think they're stupid enough to play him.
I do.
They are stupid enough to play him. They are.
Oh man, if they do, he's gonna
It's gonna be bad. He's gonna be
his lateral movement, man, is like they don't understand. If he scrambles and explodes really hard and that knee buckles, it's over. Like he'll literally tear so many fucking ligaments and fucking tendons in that fucking knee that it'll be as bad as RG3, if not worse, and they'll have the worst contract in football. And we will literally spend years laughing at them for it.
That's okay. I want to laugh.
Well, the fact that people think that Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre right now is just ridiculous.
No,
he sucked for the majority of the season last year. He got on a 5-game run.
He got hot at playoff time.
He needs to thank Aaron Jones for his contract.
Mm-hmm. To me, Love is like freaking at best Kirk Cousins. Like at the very best, and I don't even think he can reach that. You know what I mean? Like
he's a mobile Kirk Cousins, put it that way.
Yeah, like he doesn't have it, man. Like he's unconfident. He needs people to tell him that he's good for him to win.
And plus, he's thrown to a bunch of unknown wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, none of them receivers. There's nobody on that Packer team that scares me, really. Nobody. Maybe on the defensive side of the ball, Gary, but That's about it.
Yeah, they keep talking about like the Packers pass rush and all that type of shit, but it's like, who
Who
the
have
fuck
they
have they played?
played?
Yeah,
Mhm.
The Packers have played who? Jalen Hurts, who's having an off year.
Jalen
AR
Hurts is a
AR
one-hit
15, who's
wonder.
coming back from an injury, and Will Levis.
he was probably the worst quarterback in the league. Right
Yeah, Packer fans pumped them brakes.
I mean, even the Bears beat the Titans, and the
because
Bears
of Will
have no
Levis.
offense.
Because of Will Levis, they beat the Bears. It's like, well, Levis doesn't throw that interception. The Bears are probably 0-3.
You know what? So I've been listening to Bears podcast. They are so afraid that they're so afraid the Vikings are gonna because you know how we were supposed to be in the basement
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be dead last.
and we aren't, and so they're so afraid that they're gonna end up in the basement again, and
Of course they are.
Of
They're
course
like-
they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are, because they're there every year. They want to get out of it, and they thought this year was the chance to get out. Sorry, history repeats.
I mean, I'm sorry, but all these people, I would like to say, all these people who picked the Vikings to win 3 games, 4 games, I don't know how you could come to that conclusion, because with as bad as Sam Darnold has played in his career, right? Has he ever played as bad as quarterbacks that the Vikings had on their roster last year?
no.
So the Vikings win that many games with those broken ass quarterbacks last year. They get Sam Darnold, and you think they're only going to have 3 or 4 wins? I mean, come on.
But keep in mind, Catch, these are the same national idiots that said the Vikings will never win with Kirk Cousins. And as soon as Kirk Cousins is gone, they say the Vikings will never win without Kirk Cousins.
And the Falcons are Super Bowl contenders.
And the Falcons
really
are
good
Super Bowl
point.
contenders. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So George
That's why I
wants
say
to know, how can we use CJ Ham?
What's that?
George wants to know, how can we use CJ Ham?
Put him in the I formation and let him carry the ball behind one of the tight ends. Most likely Johnny Mund.
And pass protection as well.
And
He's
pass
a big boy.
protection.
He chips hard, man. When he goes out to pass block, even run block, he plays hard. So like,
He's a blocker. He's a solid blocker. He can run the ball if they give him the ball.
And he can't. Yeah, he's not a bad. He's like Toby Gerhart, like that, but bigger, stronger.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why the NFL all of a sudden you play fullback and you can't run with the football anymore. It's like, whoever thought of that rule needs to be fired, because most of your great running backs were fullbacks. Let the fullback run with the ball. Take time off the clock. Beat up these defenses are built now to stop the pass. So if you're physical with them on the run, that takes a lot out of them. Especially if your edge rushers are, converted outside linebackers weighing like 245, 250.
I just don't understand how, coming up to this week, that they were talking about how the Packers are good, but they didn't say anything about how the Vikings are good. Let's talk about how the Packers defense got 8 sacks against Tennessee. Well, it's fucking Tennessee,
It's Tennessee.
But the Packers still can't. The Packers can't stop the run. I think if the Vikings, if I was KOC, I would get the ball first. I would go down the field and I would score touchdown. I would make them, I would get up a big, if they get 14-0 on the Packers and Malik Willis is their quarterback, the game's over.
It used to be in college football, if you won the toss, you always deferred. But in the NFL, if you won the toss, you took the ball right away. Then all of a sudden, they kind of changed that philosophy. Now everybody that wins the toss usually defers unless it's overtime.
Yeah.
I never understood
Patriots
that.
did that. Yeah, Patriots flipped that. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was weird to me at the time, too.
Yeah, I'm just like, take the ball and make a statement. Open with a statement, But then they get the ball in the second half, and now that whole feeling that's like an unwritten rule in the NFL. I just think like, no, you want to set the tone, put your offense on the field.
Hey, George, yeah, Bradbury and Ingram, cold sweats for sure. But for as bad as they've been, like when I watch their games in their entirety, Sam has so much time. and he's mobile enough that when it does fail horribly and comedically bad, like I'm not gonna lie, when they have lowlights, they are some of the worst lowlights ever. But
Oh yeah, and Ingram
somehow,
especially.
like 80% of the time, Sam's just like clean pockets, So like, I've been laying off of the interior line. I know they're doing their best, and fuck them. We're gonna have weak spots. Might as we're never gonna be perfect. So one or two freaking players that are really sucking when everybody else is playing top 10 or top 5.
And I fully said
from the Bears O line versus the Colts. Oh my god, it was so freaking hilarious. They were like all on the ground.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
according to PFF, the Vikings have the 10th worst offensive line.
That's PFF. Nobody still has got me a barometer of how PFF comes up.
I know.
With numbers.
I'm just saying.
PFF can go fuck themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
I agree with you. I'm just saying. I mean,
here's my thing. As good as the Vikings have been playing, they've got 3 spots I worry about. 3 players: Bradbury and Ingram, and Byron Murphy.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, I haven't heard shit out of Gilmore. Nothing out of Griffin.
Oh, Gilmore shut down.
No, I was worried about Griffin going into it, worrying if he was going to get his legs under him, and he's been playing good.
But the one that's getting burned all the time is Murphy. Right. It's
all 3 of those guys are contract ends too. So,
they're only on 1-year contracts, right?
Well, Griffin and Gilmore are, but Murphy signed a 2-year contract. This is his second year.
This is his second year.
So,
hey, baby. Yeah, I'll tell you how I really feel. You know I will.
Hey, Trisha. You like that? You like that? Hold on. You like that? There we go.
I am
there you go, Tony. You're welcome, Tony.
I am not responsible for what she will put down next. I am not responsible. You did that on your own. I didn't put you up to it.
Oh, I got the text messages, Trisha. He told me to do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, they got a big game this weekend.
Yeah, they got the Saints.
Yeah, they're playing the Saints.
I think they're gonna beat the Saints.
Nah.
I
hope so, because I'm sick of the Saints. They can knock the Saints down a level.
I want the Falcons to lose just because they got Cousins as quarterback.
That's petty.
Oh my God.
Nah. I like the Falcons better than the Saints, but I just think the Saints are a better team.
But I'm on that.
Are they really though? I mean, are the Saints
so.
really that much better?
I don't think so.
They're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the bottom to fall out on Derek Carr.
The Falcons have a better coach.
They're essentially brand new.
The Falcons have a better coach than the Saints.
Yeah, fuck the boot hats.
Dennis Allen's ass as a head coach.
The Saints have a better OC than the Falcons.
Yeah.
I trust
who's the Saints OC?
Texans are way better.
Ain't it Clint?
OC is Clint
It's Clint Kubiak.
Oh, it's Clint Kubiak.
Oh, the Saints are playing the Falcons? I thought they were playing New Orleans.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, New Orleans is the Saints.
Yeah. Fuck them. I don't want Atlanta.
Is Carr a better quarterback than Cousins?
Not right now.
They're the same.
I thought it was the Texans playing the Saints.
Carr's just only Carr advantage Carr has is he's healthier.
The Texans playing Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Jacksonville.
That's right.
Yeah, Jacksonville will rebound.
That's to be done. They signed that contract with Trevor.
You say what happened to Tony?
Huh?
You said who get a rebound?
Texans
played Jacksonville.
I thought you said Jag get a rebound.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if
the Jags are done.
I wouldn't. Are they the only team that doesn't have a win?
No, the Bengals.
No. Bengals, that's right.
The Jags and
That's right. There is three 0-3 teams. Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
so I think it's a race between the Jaguars and Titans
I am smoking.
One of those two teams is going to have to get a win unless they tie.
You know it, George.
Yeah, I know Jacksonville. So you think Peterson gets the first coach to get fired in the middle of the year?
Yeah,
I think
like for me, like
I wouldn't be surprised if Eberflus gets fired first.
No, the Bears have never fired a coach midway through.
Well, they need to break that tradition.
because they're like in this weird situation. To me, they're similar to the Bengals because like you can't be like an up and young coming team that's about to break out and never break out. You know what I mean? And instead just be mediocre.
Well, the Bengals did get to the
bad.
Super Bowl.
They got the Super. They did get robbed in this.
3 right now, but they keep always fucking like being mediocre. At the beginning
Joe
of the year.
Burrow
They're
is
not getting
one
consistency.
Joe,
They're not becoming. They're not taking the next step. You know what I mean? Even though they have the talent, and the talent kind of gets them a bunch of wins that they shouldn't probably win. You know, like it's
well. How much of a problem is Jamar Chase now?
Yeah,
I mean,
Joe Burrow's record is 1-14, 1-15. His first 3 seasons with like the first 3 weeks of the season or something like that.
So it takes him a while to get warmed up.
Yeah, his record's not very
That's a
good at the
problem
beginning of the
with
season.
that's a problem if you eventually build a team that is actually a Super Bowl contender. What you're going to start every year that you're going to make a run for it, and
Here's
lose the first 4 games or go
Well,
1-3.
The problem with the Bengals, though, is they need to hurry up and get off their ass because Burrow is going to get that contract.
Yeah, they do. Here's the biggest problem with, and this is what I tell everybody. Here I go on my high horse again. The problem with offensive football nowadays, especially in the NFL, your starting offense doesn't play in preseason. They don't even take a drive. They don't start playing together until the first game of the year. And they haven't even taken that many, meaningful snaps together.
Well,
so when they get out there, they look like shit.
Okay. I think that might be changing because Patrick Mahomes plays in the preseason.
Yeah, he does.
Even if it's one drive,
exactly,
that I can agree with.
Yeah,
and a lot of teams they should have did that all along. No, this is.
So why did the Vikings always start slow? Because Kirk Cousins did not play in the preseason, right? Sam Darnold played in the preseason, and look what's happening.
And Kirk didn't practice on Tuesdays,
right? Did you hear the reason why Sam Darnold said that? He came in as a number 3 pick. He thought he had everything figured out. He says he thought he worked hard, and then he watched Brock Purdy, and he's like, "That's how you have to work to be an NFL quarterback." Because Brock Purdy's had to work for everything. He's like Mr. Irrelevant and all that type of stuff. So it's like
Brock Purdy was also with the goddamn Niners.
But I'm saying Sam Darnold learned the year that he was in the 49ers organization how to work. He changed his work ethic by watching Purdy.
That's why we're winning.
But
and I understand what he's saying, but goddamn, Brock Purdy was in the perfect situation.
Right, but that doesn't mean that Brock Purdy, he still says that.
Yeah, but Kirk was in the perfect situation.
Yeah.
Kirk didn't do
perfect situation with who?
With us.
And Kirk Cousins is ass.
When was he in a perfect situation?
Like Brock Purdy ain't taking Tuesdays off.
First of all, when Kirk got here, his head coach didn't like him.
Well, he said he'd get fired because
he knew he was going to get fired. And then second of all, when they got KOC, I think once KOC got to work with Kirk, some of that offense worked, but he couldn't run a lot of KOC's offense.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and he would have that. KOC would have that look on his face, like Jesus Christ, Kirk.
I know the perfect.
And I agree with the officiating too, you guys, George and Trisha. Yeah.
The biggest thing I've noticed is how many times has Darnold extended a drive by running? Even if it's like 5, 6, 7 yards, like it's 3rd and 4, Darnold doesn't see it. He runs for the first down.
He extended that.
So maybe that is why
touchdown.
Maybe that is why we're scoring more, is because Darnold is extending plays by running. When Cousins would turtle or throw the ball out of bounds instead of getting the first down. Now we're actually getting those first downs. That was my biggest complaint about Cousins is that sometimes he doesn't make the throw when he should. like championship quarterbacks do. And then when it's 3rd and fucking 3, you have no fucking pressure. You fucking throw the ball away instead of running 4 yards for a first down. You know how many?
Yes, so many times.
You know,
Yeah.
Kirk would have never thrown that 50-yard bomb to JJ against.
Well, he wouldn't have thrown that punch.
He wouldn't have thrown that play. He'd have threw it out of bounds.
Well, he also wouldn't have thrown that touchdown pass to Johnny Bunt.
No.
Oh, hell no.
No. Hey, I want to answer George's question on the hip
best
tackle rule.
the best third down tight end.
I want to answer George's question on the hip tackle rule. They're not enforcing it in the games, but they are finding players for it. But they're not enforcing it in the game.
The play, it happens so fast, the referees are having a hard time making the decision.
Yeah, so
that play that hurt Addison, that player who tackled him
that player got fined. Yeah.
The Twins are a disgrace. Don't even bring their name up.
Yeah, they're the Tigers in the playoffs for the first time since 2014.
The Detroit Tigers?
Yeah, Detroit.
Minnesota
got away from Detroit.
Minnesota shit on themselves.
I am so don't even mention them. They don't belong with us.
I'm so pissed off at the
We have to take them, Sarah. They are our team.
Well, you go from fucking winning the playoff round for the first time ever, and then you don't do anything at the fucking trade deadline, and the person you got at the trade deadline, you release.
But isn't that the most Minnesota thing, though?
They could have had Kikuchi. That dude literally put the Astros in the playoffs.
But it's not a Minnesota thing.
Because the owners are fucking cheap as hell. Especially when you have no cap. Like, how the fuck do you not? Oh, my God. And we had such a big lead. How did you get eliminated when we had like a 95% chance to make the playoffs because we had such a big
they went from 95% chance to losing tonight, which I think put them out.
Yeah, Rocco's gone.
I don't think so.
Go.
I don't think so.
Not.
They're not because they're going to say, well, we had these injuries, you know. Joe Ryan
had a 0.2%.
Joe Ryan getting hurt.
Damn.
Joe Ryan getting hurt killed the Twins.
They didn't have pitching in the first place to even begin the year.
Well, they had their top 3 pitchers are good. Lopez, Ryan, and Uber they're good, but the bullpen is what let them down.
We said Tigers.
Yeah, the Braves are still making a push.
Yeah, that's not good for the tendons and ligaments. I feel like anybody that's on offense needs to almost start like giving up and maybe like diving forward to avoid some of these tackles. Because like, what else are they going to do if the defenders are just going to get fined? Like, you're just going to have to give up or slide or something, so you're not putting your legs and your ankles at risk. It's fucked.
Well, that tackle doesn't happen as much as people think it does.
The tackle doesn't happen as much. It's not. It's even. I mean, the tackle's been happening for years, and that's what you've done now is you've made it so if your defense, you can't really tackle no more, and that's what the NFL's tried to do. They've killed defense.
You can't do the horse collar. You can't do the hip jack. You can't.
I mean, they've killed defensive football. That's why I tell people like what the Vikings did last week. If you hold an opponent to 10 or fewer points, you might as well consider that a shutout.
By the way, the Vikings are averaging only giving up 10 points on the defense. So.
Yeah. When you're averaging in today's football, with the way the rules are and the way it's slanted offensively, if you're only giving up 10 points a game, that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn
good. We're killing it right now. People don't understand. Did you guys watch Gruden's breakdown today on the Packers?
I hate John Gruden, but anyway.
But he had a good breakdown, and he actually went through like everything. He did like the hour he chose that game, and he went through our defense, our offense, and everything. I was like, somebody finally is talking about shit that fucking.
Well, Dominic Foxworth did it on his podcast. He broke down the Vikings defense. So he was breaking it down to where you don't know how hard it is to do what the Vikings are doing with their secondary, having Harrison Smith be at the line of scrimmage at the start, and then drop back into deep cover 2 quarters. He's like, people don't realize how hard that is to do.
Oh yeah,
You know?
I love that cover 0 look that they do, where they have all 7 guys up at the line, and right as he snaps, it all drops into like Tampa or like.
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna log off.
Crazy. Oh, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah,
What's going on, Sarah?
What was that? Sorry.
Oh no, I just said I'm logging off because I'm getting sleepy.
Okay.
Who fucking need to anyway?
All right, you guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Later.
So they're basically running a like a 3-2-6 or like a or like a 4-2-6. They're only using 2 linebackers. They're using nickels pretty much. They're using big nickel, which means
they're only using 1 damn lineman.
Yeah, well, they're using 2 linebackers. They're using Grugier Hill or Pace, and then Cashman.
So what is Metellus?
Metellus is going back and forth between being like a safety or not corner and all that. So like basically when they want to run
linebacker stuff too.
Basically when they run the 6 when they run the 6 DBs, Metellus will be they'll move Cam Bynum to like corner. They'll use him as like a corner, or they'll use Harrison Smith as a corner and then use a corner as a safety.
They got Bynum playing that free safety role.
Yeah. So that's basically they're interchangeable. Like they got safeties playing corner and they got corners playing safeties.
Yeah, they got Harris usually at the line more.
Yeah. And then
fast man for an old man.
Because Van Eagle is considered a defensive end in this defense. He's not, or what is it? Well, Ginkel and Grenard, I don't know if they consider them defensive ends or if they consider them linebackers.
They're linebackers. Grenard is like a defensive end / linebacker, but Van Ginkel is a linebacker.
Yeah.
But so how about that though? I mean, think about what bad free agent signing did they make this year?
When I saw those free agents, I knew I before the season started, I watched all of the NFC North, and I was like, okay. And when I saw all those additions, I was like, oh my God, we have a really good fucking roster. I was like, if everything pans out and they play at their level or better, we are going to be dangerous. And then we started the way that we did. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's they didn't have anybody flashy or nothing like that, but they got pieces to the puzzle.
Well, other than Reisner, who they knew was hurt when they signed him.
Who?
Just
Reisner.
Just overall upgrade.
I think Reisner was signed as a body. They got him
right. So other than that, all the free agents they signed are playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Tillery. Look how good he's been.
Yeah.
Compared to what we had, they were all upgrades. That's why I was like, are you kidding me? And we were good with what B-Flow did last year without his kind of guys. And I'm like, now he's got his type of guys out there. And then next season, we're going to draft more B-Flow guys and then acquire more B-Flow guys in the offseason. Man, those guys are going to be flying next year for Jay.
And there's a bunch of guys that played with B-Flow that want to play with them again.
Yeah, and they're trying to make their way here,
which
is amazing. It's such a good thing to have. You remember I don't know when really did we really have that even when like AP was like our back, that like players were forcing their way to Minnesota. I don't think we've ever had, like, do you guys know even before then that we had players forcing their way to Minnesota? Like,
you had a couple that would be like they wanted to play in Minnesota for whatever reason.
Like Terrence Newman when
Newman did, but he was with Zimmer.
Yeah, when Zimmer was here, we had a couple players come.
Winfield came here. I think that was because of, I want to say Tice.
Well, the money again.
And the money.
That team that like just had such a draw with free agency, and now we're becoming that team. That's fucking incredible.
Well, there's a couple of things. One is a stadium, the other is a practice facility, and everybody loves the atmosphere.
There really is no media pressure here either.
No. Once you get up here, you're just
Minnesotans are so nice, dude. I've gone to like 5 games now, 3 preseason and then 2 regular season games, and I feel at home when I'm there. I feel like you guys have the same like good nature freaking that like Canadians do. They're just very polite and happy, and it's fucking awesome. I love being in Minnesota.
They got you fooled, brother. Let me tell you.
Really?
They got you fooled.
That's because that's because there's weed everywhere. Everybody's high.
Yeah, they got you fooled. You're an out of towner. Try living up in this motherfucker.
Oh, that's yeah. It's different when you live there, I guess.
Yeah, I lived here all my life. I know these motherfuckers.
Where you at, Purple Bar?
I'm in Sarnia, Ontario, about like an hour from Detroit.
I was about to say you next door to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me ask y'all the question though. We talking about Minnesota, man. Why y'all trade Cat?
That's fucking crazy, bro.
He was gonna go anyway. They've been trying to trade him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate a T-Wolves fans.
Yeah, they've actually been trying to trade him for a couple of years, and he goes to New York. So this is Anthony Edwards' team. So Cat will probably be the vocal point in New York, and I think he wanted to go to a larger market anyway. Don't know if the Knicks are better.
I don't know. He's not going to be happy with New York with how fragile he is.
Who?
Cat.
He fragile.
Oh, his ego.
His ego.
He can't take criticism, bro. He can't take criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay, like I'm a Raptors fan, so like, and I didn't really pay too much. Like, I'm not in tune with. Was he trying to be a vocal leader? I thought he was like. My impression was like he was thrust to be like a superstar leader, but he's more like a Robin than a Batman. You know what I mean? Like
he's not the loud, boisterous, rah guy.
Yeah,
he's like a Tim Duncan type of leader without being as good as.
He's Tim Duncan, but he's not as he gets hurt though.
He's not as good as Tim Duncan.
He misses a lot of time too with injuries.
I thought with Ant he'd be good playing in the background, and maybe the pressure wouldn't be on him and shit. And that'd be really good.
I think that when they got Rudy Gobert, that kind of changed. They're trying to change his Cats.
That changed the whole Cat thing. But Cat balled in the playoffs, but they were going to move on from it, and they got a first round draft choice out of it.
You guys just like humiliated Phoenix last year, the super team that everybody was on. Like I thought for sure, like. Yeah, that was an odd move for me today when that came up.
Thank you, Trisha, baby. Good luck to your Longhorns tomorrow. My Gophers have no chance against Michigan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Trisha, he gonna need more than good luck against my Wolverines tomorrow.
That's like I said, you can't row the boat when the boat is sinking.
First of all, Gophers and boats don't get along. God. I mean, geez, it just
the little brown jug bowl.
Well, put it this way, Zoe.
When was last time Minnesota won that?
I don't know.
2014.
Oh, there you go.
And before that,
God, now you got me thinking. It was God, where was I living?
We done lost that little brown jug.
04 or 05.
We done lost that little brown jug somewhere.
Y'all ain't lost. Okay, put it this way.
That's one they just put on the shelf and keep there.
That boy buried somewhere.
They got a trophy. Yeah. They got the trophy case at the Gopher Hall for the trophies to go in, but there's cobwebs in all of them because they can't win any goddamn trophies.
Even when Wisconsin's bad, they beat Minnesota.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Iowa's not the same team as the Gophers, and look what happened.
Yeah.
They can't even get a goddamn bronze pig.
Damn.
You know, it's just, and like I tell people, in my 58 years of life, I can count on one hand how many times they beat Michigan. That's only 5.
Damn.
And I can count on the other hand, in my 58 years of life, how many times they beat Ohio State. That's only 3. So,
even with how good Minnesota was at sometimes during the Mason years when Ohio State wasn't that good, they still couldn't beat Ohio State.
They still found ways to lose. I mean, Mason did beat them, but they still found ways to lose. You know, they have a.
So what does Minnesota need? Because obviously PJ Fleck is not it.
Yeah, and I just found this out too. Fleck's not going anywhere because that buyout is huge as hell. It's $22.75 million to buy him out.
Yeah, but they're a Big Ten team. That should not be.
They can't catch. You can't get players. They can't get players.
I mean,
with NIL deals,
they got a few of them, but they didn't. They didn't even have a spring game this year because they didn't have no players.
Oh no, what you say? I'll be missing a couple weeks. Y'all got lucky. Y'all ain't gonna win a national championship. Y'all ain't gonna win the national natty.
The longer
I gotta say, Trisha, is The arrogance of your Texas fans is going to catch up with you because you're in the SEC now. You ain't in the fucking weak ass.
Catch, we stop trying to piss her off.
I'm sorry. I live about an hour out of. I live about 45 minutes away from the University of Texas. I just can't wait for them to fucking play. You guys have not played an SEC game yet. So I just
okay, when that doesn't happen, I'm calling you. I'm giving her your number, Catch.
They played their first SEC game is the worst SEC team in like years because Mississippi State because Mike Leach died and they have not recovered. So
still SEC though.
I give them that. They ain't gonna win the national natty though.
No, they're gonna probably have 2 or 3 losses.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. There's still a lot of football left.
They play Georgia, don't they? Or Bama.
Yeah, they're in the SEC now.
They play both of them.
They play both. They're in the SEC.
Ooh.
They ain't beating both of them.
Baby, grab me that belt.
I don't quite know where Georgetown is. I am in San Antonio. I'm in Alamo Heights, which is in San Antonio, which is about around the downtown area.
Haven't played SEC, but the SEC team they do play left off style.
I forgot that. Well, did they play Mississippi State? I think that's this weekend. They play Mississippi State.
Yeah, Tricia was like she didn't want them to go, but they didn't have a vote. They was going to the SEC anyway.
Yeah, they play Mississippi State this weekend. They haven't played one yet.
They
so
should
Mississippi
be
State's the first
Texas.
No, they were in the
Big 12.
Big 12.
See, here's the thing: when they were in the Big 12, they were the number one. They were the team.
Yeah,
they were the number one team in that conference. Whatever UT said, Big 12 did. They ain't got that cachet in the SEC.
No,
but guess what? They had to follow the money. Yeah, Sooners
and
and
they
Georgia
play the Sooners too.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
And your quarterback still hurt. Woo.
Yeah, but you play Oklahoma though. I mean, you always play them.
That's the Red River Shootout.
Yeah.
But they're in the SEC too.
Yep.
So
well, they already almost fucked around and found out themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, they got their ass beat by Tennessee.
You get beat by damn.
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
He got a nice quarterback. That boy was the truth in high school.
I'm not saying Texas is not going to be good. I'm just saying they don't know what the hell they're in for the SEC. That's all I'm saying.
You can be the truth in high school, but you got to show what you can do in the next level.
No, he can play. He can ball. I've been watching him since 9th grade. He was on varsity.
Who you talking about?
I think his name Nico. Tennessee
quarterback. Tennessee quarterback?
The Tennessee quarterback. Yeah, Tennessee quarterback.
Man, he's
it's also the way their offense is set up too. It's not a very complicated offense.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Mama Catch.
Good night, Mama.
Mama Catch all my lives.
She needs to watch tomorrow and watch me have a meltdown.
Ooh.
I think she's looking for another son, though. I ain't getting the job done.
Catch failed.
Brain, though, man.
Quinn is week to week, huh?
Yeah.
Night, Carolyn.
Yeah,
Wow.
He injured. I don't think he playing tomorrow.
No,
he's not.
Yeah, he's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, because they play some bums tomorrow. I forgot who they play.
Run up the score on them.
Texas plays Mississippi State tomorrow.
Yeah, they're gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Is that home or at Mississippi State?
It doesn't matter.
Mississippi State. They could
after Mike Leach died, that team has crumbled. So,
yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple like Auburn's pretty bad right now. What
happened to them?
Their quarterback is the backup at South Carolina now. But
a lot of them teams now, they used to get the players now with the NILs. They're moving around.
Man, you see my one man who they offer $100,000, they ain't pay him, and he quit.
Yeah, what was that though? What the hell?
What man was that?
It was UNLV.
Oh yeah, UNLV.
UNLV, yeah.
And their running back, their starting running back, is left too.
Oh, he left too.
But they offered him $100,000.
But he didn't say it was because of NIL. He said it was because he was promised playing time, and he's not getting playing time.
Shit,
But the quarterback is gone because he's like promises were made and they weren't kept. That's why
he never got his money.
He never got his money.
100,000.
Yeah, he never got his money.
Show me, run my money.
Yep.
I don't care. We is 3-0. Shit, give me my money.
And let's be honest.
They're gonna go back to being the old UNLV now.
Well, put it this way: for these kids now to have a say in making some money for these colleges, it's about time. How much money did these schools make off of them?
They're going to have to regulate it somehow. They're going to have. I think they want to do like a CBA. You can't do a total CBA because there's too many players, but they kind of want to make it to where all the players sign up for like one organization. This organization negotiates on the behalf of the players, because you're getting teams like the teams in the SEC. They're dropping 450,000. They're dropping like 400,000, 500,000 on players who aren't even starting, just to keep them from going to other schools. So that's kind of the situation right now. Like the NIL has made the haves and the haves not greater, because the big teams can spend more money. So they're talking about doing some kind of collective bargaining agreement to where you could still spend more money as a bigger team, but it's not as much of a disadvantage for small schools.
Just give them a cap. Give everybody a cap.
So you see Oregon people said, I think he's from Nike. So they NIL deal is unlimited.
Yeah, Phil Knight.
Yeah, because it's Nike.
Phil Knight. And Maryland, which I'm surprised Maryland doesn't have more, because Maryland's got the Under Armour money.
Yeah, Maryland's got the Under Armour money.
Yeah. North Carolina got Jordan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, Zoe, who does Michigan have?
For who? NIL?
Mm-hmm.
Barstool and other people. I'm thinking
Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Gophers have.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I need to look into that. I don't know who the Gophers have. I mean, the Gophers got quite a bit of money.
South Carolina's got their thing is called Garnet and Trust, and there's another one, but there's a lot of people who went to the University of South Carolina that people don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I mean, with the Gophers, there's still the alumni is still very active, but a lot of them don't like Fleck.
Yeah.
So that has a lot to do with it too, but they want to see the kids succeed.
But you would think a donor would be like, okay, I've seen enough of Fleck. I'll pay the $20 million to get him out of here.
The problem's not the donors. The problem is the athletic director. The athletic director jumped through her. He literally got rid of Tracy Claeys and hired Fleck right away. So now you're stuck with Fleck, and Fleck can't beat anybody worth mentioning.
Well, they have 2 wins this year. They beat who?
I don't know who that shit is, Tony.
Rhode Island and Nevada, right?
Yeah. Little Sisters of the Poor and her little sister.
Yeah.
It's like, but you lose to North Carolina, they got dog walked by somebody. Was it last week? They got somebody put up 70 points on their ass.
Oh, James Madison.
Thank you. And then Iowa came in here last week and literally ran the ball.
With no offense. They gave up 206 yards to running back.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's the same story with him every year. It gets old. Yeah, he'll win like the friggin' Preparation H Bowl, but what the fuck? Nobody cares.
Well, they're not even going to beat Rutgers this year.
Who?
If they play Rutgers, they're not going to beat Rutgers.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never beat Rutgers?
No, we never beat Maryland. We beat Rutgers.
Y'all ain't never beat Maryland.
I don't think we've ever beat Maryland.
They struggle against Indiana, though.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever beaten Maryland.
That's why I thought y'all dog walked them.
No, they dog walked us one year.
I ain't that's new to me.
Yeah, Maryland beat them like 49-3 or something like that.
That Maryland dog walked the fuck out of us one year.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's new.
They have beat. Did they beat? They didn't beat Maryland. Never mind. They didn't beat Maryland that year. But
damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, we beat I mean, teams like we're supposed to be like late in the year to get a better bowl game, we lose to. Like we'll play Illinois and lose. You'll play
Which state?
Wisconsin and lose.
Yep.
We'll play Michigan State and lose.
Man, T-Bab was on here last night, man.
Play Northwestern and lose.
And lose.
Hey, T-Bab was talking about Illinois like they was the truth.
Illinois is good this year.
They are
That
good
was-
this year.
That was T-Bab saying.
I was talking about because Nebraska is good this year, and Illinois beat Nebraska pretty soundly.
He told me they're gonna beat Michigan.
No.
They're not. No, they don't have a good enough. They don't have a good enough
No.
quarterback.
No, let's stop right there. No.
You would think Illinois would be better than what they have been traditionally. They're not a very good. They're not a very good team traditionally.
Well, they've had good competitive teams. They just never could put it together. I think they were really good they've had like really good quarterbacks. And for some reason, the quarterbacks are just head cases. Jeff George.
Jeff George. Yep.
Dave Wilson. They had wait a minute, where did Tony Eason? Didn't Tony Eason go to Illinois?
I think he still went to Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Illinois. I mean, they always had quarterbacks. Recently, they've just Lovey was their coach. Lovey Smith was their coach.
Yeah, I knew he was for a couple.
Yeah, so they were just kind of like average. They pull off the upset every now and then.
Yeah. Tony Easton went to Illinois.
Yeah.
Where is T-Baz? Somebody get T-Baz in the chat.
Oh, me and him got into it. Was it last week, Catch?
Last Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, last
Oh,
Friday.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, Cash gonna tell me. I guess I ended y'all live stream by mistake.
Yes. Yeah. I was
gonna
doing
say-
something. I was. Oh, I think I was talking to my wife. My wife called me during the show, and I get back on here, and we're like, "Hey, we're not live anymore." I'm like, "Ah, damn, Zoe did it again."
Yeah, I was trying to get out that motherfucker.
We restarted it though.
Yeah, we restarted it.
But I think I fell asleep. Shit.
Yeah, because you said you was coming back. You jumped on
Yeah.
us, said you was coming back, and then you didn't come back, and you took us with you. So
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
oh, you missed it because I got into it with D-Bass
About what? The Vikings?
about the whole Sam Darnold thing.
The whole Sam Darnold thing.
What do you say about Sam?
You extend him and give him a big contract. I said
the
no.
hell
way.
you don't?
No, I said no.
Hell no. For what?
I don't even bring him back for a year.
Man, that shit
He
over
gets
Well,
with.
I don't know if he was saying that because that's what pissed off. I don't know. You missed it earlier though, when Sarah after I did the intro, Sarah actually started the show by going off on these idiots who were saying that we should extend Darnold. So she had a nice little rant about that. JJ is just okay for
Yeah,
those.
he's the future.
I wish I could put this out in the atmosphere so everybody in the world knows it. JJ McCarthy is the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings from the 25 season onward. I don't care if Sam Darnold wins the damn Super Bowl. JJ McCarthy is the starting quarterback starting next year.
Shit, Sam win a Super Bowl. Shit, I don't care who the quarterback is next year.
You know,
Yeah, if we win a Super Bowl, I'm just like I got
fuck
my
Nick
Super Bowl
Mullins can be the starter.
You ain't lying. Shit, KOC can be the quarterback again.
I got my Super Bowl. I'm straight.
Yeah, see, like I'm coming back, people.
Racing them up for a year.
I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is.
I got my Super Bowl. I
Hell,
can-
yeah, shit.
I can die happy. I got my Super Bowl.
Oh my god!
You know, it's like they could put friggin' anybody out there. Shit.
You ain't
If
bullshit.
he
I
wins
wouldn't
the
care.
Super Bowl, it's
Ty
literally
Chandler wanted the Wildcat all year.
Hey, man, I don't. Shit, I really wouldn't even care.
I wouldn't even care.
Me neither.
I wouldn't even
My-
care. I'd just be
my
like, I'm
move-
gonna,
My mood be so different on Sundays.
Hey, all the Vikings lost 45-0. So
Hey,
that's all right.
Yeah, no. Sam gets the Trent Dilfer treatment, or he gets the backup role and gets maybe 10 to 15 million a year when he's here. If he doesn't want that, he better go somewhere else because, yeah, he's getting one or the other.
So somebody's gonna overpay for him.
if he
I
plays
hope
the
he
whole
doesn't
year,
go to a bad team and then like just fail, and then his story just ends there, man. That'd be heartbreaking.
well, no, if he plays like if he plays the rest of the year like he's played the first 3 games, He'll go to
Oh,
like
he's
the
getting a
Rams or
50
something like that.
million.
I think he'll go to a team that runs the same type of offense as Minnesota, which would be
Yeah.
either Rams or Niners.
Yeah.
West Coast offense, yeah.
Yeah, West Coast. I don't think, and you can't go wrong there. But if
McVay
he
would
goes-
be a good spot for him, though. You were saying, I really agree. I never thought about that. But they have Stafford. Are they really going to move on from Stafford?
Stafford's getting old.
He gonna
Stafford's
retire.
getting old. He's old.
Well, he's what, 37, 36?
That's
but
old.
he's
Got a lot of
beat up.
injuries though.
And
But
he's
he's
beat up.
He does have a
He's
lot
very-
of injuries. But
very beat up.
he could easily play. Like, look at Flat. He could easily play until he's 40.
Who?
Stafford, maybe not as good as he is playing now, but he could play till he's 40.
I don't think there's enough painkillers in the world to keep him upright until he's 40.
Yeah,
Man.
he's out there on like a truckload of cortisol.
Yeah, see, he's way beat up more than Tom Brady
Cortisone.
ever was.
Yeah,
Man, Sam going back to San Fran, man.
You know, he's going out to the West.
Yeah, I love that the idea of that too.
He's going to the
I'm
West.
like
So it's
a
either going to
video
be the
about that.
Rams or the Niners. It might be a bidding war for him, believe it or not, depending on how he
True.
does.
Yeah,
Which tells you everything you need to know about the Niners because they don't want to pay Purdy that money, but you're going to pay Sam Darnold.
He'd be cheaper
Purdy,
though.
in Purdy's defense, he throws a nice ball, but he is Mr.
Not
Irrelevant
as well as
for a reason.
Darnold has a way stronger arm than Purdy does.
No, not a stronger arm, but like his ball is nice. Like when you see it through the air, I'm like, it's not a duck, and he throws a nice ball. But yeah, like he doesn't have the arm power. He's not throwing piss missiles like freaking Brett Favre or Sam Darnold out there. You know what I mean? Like, but he throws a nice ball, a nice catchable ball, and you know, a team like fucking I don't know, like Miami or someone would really overpay for him. You know?
Hell, it might be New England. Shit.
Fuck. Imagine. No.
What about the Browns?
They got
The Browns
Deshaun
might
Watson.
have another coach at the end of the year.
They're cursed, man. That team.
Ever since they came back, they just haven't been the same.
Deshaun Watson forgot how to play quarterback.
He got old.
so
He been
Maybe,
away for
hey,
2
no,
years.
he's not getting his magical rub downs anymore.
Hell yeah, shit. He
That's probably why he's not
Hey,
playing.
what they
let's
anymore.
call that shit when you get a massage? The special,
The happy ending.
The happy
yeah,
ending.
the happy ending. He want the
Yeah,
happy
yeah, yeah.
ending. Shit.
He ain't
We
getting
only
those
have him
no
for
more.
a year, George, like with a year contract. So I don't think we can get anything for him unless
Literally
we're
who?
fucked up with a happy ending.
We can't get anything for Darnold
not
unless
even a
the only
sign.
thing we could do is you sign Darnold to a contract and then trade him. But here's the problem with that: the team you trade him to and whatever you sign Darnold to is not going to honor that contract. At least half of it.
Unless the Vikings put the
Yeah, you're gonna
transition
take a
tag
hit.
on him, then they can get something for him.
I wouldn't even put a tag on him.
But they can't. I wouldn't do the
tag on
you
him.
can't
They
do the
just do the-
franchise tag because the franchise tag is way too much. For the transition tag, you ain't
Right.
got to pay the guy as much.
But I mean, I don't think they'll tag him at all. They'll save those tags. But I think just to sign that, you sign Darnold, say you sign Darnold to a contract, a 2-year contract, you give him decent money, and then you do trade him. The
Yeah.
team you trade him to, they're not going to, whatever you sign him to, they're not going to want that whole contract. So the Vikings are going to be on the hook for part of that contract, just like they are with Kirk Cousins right now and Daniil Hunter. Kwesi doesn't want that.
I
He doesn't
agree.
want that. He's got money now to spend on other parts of the team, and he
That's
does
what I
not
said.
want one player tying up a lot of money. That's why with JJ's contract, not JJ, Jet's contract and Darisal's contract, it's spaced out the way it is. So every year they get more, but the cap goes up every year.
Mhm.
So the Vikings have relief. So
If I was him, I would sign like a 3-year, $36 million contract, fully guaranteed, and just stay with the Vikings and be fucking JJ's fucking backup, man. That would be fucking amazing. That
Yeah,
would be.
you know what,
If he goes and he fails, man, like he'll never get a starting opportunity again. And then he'll never get as good a backup job. And then what? Like, you know.
Put it this way: you re-sign Darnold, you cut Mullins, you're straight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
cut Mullins.
Yeah, JJ's the future, man. I can't fucking wait. Oh.
Well, and right now you're kind of getting a look at what the future offense is going to look like
Mhm.
with Darnold, because JJ is going to run the same plays.
Exactly. He plays very similar. That's what I was saying. Like, this is why I like Sam, because it gives our offense an opportunity to play with a similar style quarterback. So
Yeah.
that next year when JJ transitions, it's not that hard of a transition. and then we only have to really focus on JJ's growing pains because he's got to learn to adapt to the speed and everything, right? He's going to make rookie mistakes. So if everybody else is above and beyond, maybe we can carry him through his growing pains, and then by the time he hits his stride and hits his prime, like the team and him are just really good,
And that's where a running game comes in.
Yeah.
That's where running the ball comes in.
I love how Ty Chandler is saving Aaron Jones's legs, man. Like, we need Aaron Jones at the end of the season, and Ty Chandler gives him a lot of rest when he needs it.
No, George. That's why I keep saying if Sam Darnold keeps playing the way he's playing.
Yeah, we still got a lot of football.
Yeah.
It's only 3 games. We still got a lot of football.
But he is looking damn good. Now, people said that he looked good his first 3 games when he was in Carolina, but he did not look this good.
Mm-hmm. I agree, George.
So,
yeah, no.
And he could, like you said, George, he could come to the logical conclusion that Minnesota is the best place. Maybe take a hometown discount, still get paid. He's the backup. He knows the plays. He knows the team. He knows the players. He knows the area. He knows, and he can help JJ. It's kind of like the perfect place, but
I definitely think Sam Darnold's going to weigh his options when the season's over. Do I come back and be a backup for $8-9 million a year? I have a guaranteed job. I know, or does he risk it? Does he risk going out? I think Darnold's the type of guy to where he'll risk going out somewhere, try to be the starter again.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work out, maybe he comes back to Minnesota as a backup. I don't know. As long as KOC is here, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a possibility.
Yeah, because he's a hell. I'd rather have Darnold as the backup 10 times out of 10 than Nick Mullins. 10 out of 10.
If we can get rid of Nick Mullins, I'd be happy.
Zoe, were you a Lions fan, then become a Vikings fan, or just always been a Vikings fan?
No, I've been a Vikings fan.
Oh, really? How is that in Detroit, man?
Because when I was growing up, the Lions used to always get blacked out. So all you see the Vikings and other teams play.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The Lions are only good every 30 years. And I'm a Lion when I say that. They're only good every 30 years. The
last time that they had 2 years out of 3 when they made the playoffs was 91 and 93.
Yeah, I never was a Lion fan though.
Hell, my parents are from both of my parents are from fucking Michigan. Neither one of them are Lions fans.
Really?
But I like the rest of Detroit team, like the Pistons, the Red Wing, the Tigers, Michigan.
Stevie Y, man.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit was always that team for years that was supposed to get the Vikings or anybody on top of the NFC Central / North problems. And they never did. They just would always fall short. The Lions did. And they had good teams. They just could not, take care of business when they had to.
I remember they had Scott Mitchell.
Oh, thank you Detroit. Thank you for taking that mistake because Denny Green wanted him bad. Denny Green wanted Scott Mitchell so bad, but Detroit offered him more money, so the Vikings ended up getting Warren Moon.
Well, think about it. They had Barry Sanders, Scott.
How do you as a team with Barry Sanders suck every year, damn near?
Well, hell, Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders both retired early because the Lions were so bad.
You can see it.
Yeah, and the Lions wanted when Barry retired, he had just signed that contract extension.
Yeah,
and the Lions took him to court to get that money back because he retired. And Barry's like, after all this shit I went through with this goddamn team, hell no, I'm not giving that money back.
Yeah,
no, man, he was done dirty, man.
Just
imagine had he played in a full career, like he could have put some incredible stats down with his skills, man. But it has to be terrible to play for a losing team and be that good. You know what I mean?
Shit, the Lions right now, Detroit going crazy over the Lions right now.
Yeah,
they have a good roster. You can't deny that. But the thing is that they're so dysfunctional, and can Dan Campbell usher in a winning era. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to win in the NFL. You have to learn to win consistently as an organization, right?
And right now, Dan is all bravado. He's all bravado.
So are people in Detroit asking you to switch your team to the Lions because they're good now?
Yeah. All for 1 year. Like, they like you gonna cover the Lions more on your show? I said no. Like,
yeah, when the Vikings play them twice.
Yeah. Cover you enough for 2 games.
Maybe if they play on Monday night, I do the stream for Monday night game, maybe.
Yeah, like
see, here's the thing though, is that we never really disliked the Lions, right?
No,
they were always the stepchild, they were always the little brother, like whatever, like that. The reason it's not the Lions that we dislike, really. I'm starting to dislike the Lions because of your fucking idiot fans. You guys have not been good. You guys have not been good ever. Now you're finally good. So I understand you could, hey, we're good now. I totally get that. I totally get you're good now. But that doesn't but you still have to take in consideration in the last 30 fucking years. You just can't say that the Vikings are a fucking dumpster franchise. Look at you guys. You can't talk
winning this franchise ever.
Yeah, you can't talk about shit about the other 3 teams in the division like you guys are doing. Like you guys have been a dominant team for like ever. That's what aggravates me.
And Alliance has a losing record against everybody in the division.
And it's not even close.
Yeah, and it's not even close. Here's my thing. I don't hate any team at all in the NFL except the fucking Cowboys. I don't like them motherfuckers. Never will like them motherfuckers. Dallas can go fuck themselves. Jerry Jones right along with it. The fucking closet gay motherfucker. I don't like them. I don't like
the Packers.
The Packers I have no problem with as far as their history goes. I don't like their fans. The Packers.
Yeah, I have the Packers and the Cowboys on the same level of hate.
No, I got the Cowboys will always be up there above the Packers as far as hate goes. I fucking hate the Cowboys.
A purple bar.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, last year, oh man, I was nervous. I thought everybody go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
If that happened, we'd have never heard the end of it.
I will never hear the end of it.
Yeah, you're right.
What did we tell everybody, Zoe? What did we tell everybody?
What, Dan Campbell?
Dan Campbell's going to cost them a game, and it happened in the championship game.
And he did.
That's exactly what it's growing pains. They have to learn how to win in the postseason. And they're in that stage where like San Fran was a couple of years ago now, and they have to learn how to win and then win it. If they don't do it in like the next 2 years, they're going to.
Oh, they don't do it this year, they're done.
Yeah, they don't do it this year.
We got that boy coming next year. We got that boy coming next year, and he's gonna change everything when he takes over.
They think they're in good hands with Goff, and they're not. They're gonna have to get a QB.
Oh yeah, I think he's the third worst quarterback.
But they gave him a contract already, though.
He's the third worst quarterback.
But he's not worth it.
No, hell no. He wasn't worth it last year.
No,
they're winning in spite of Goff.
And
if Goff was as good as everybody thinks he is, the Rams would have kept him. Because if McVay didn't want him, shit.
He's just Kirk with a higher ceiling to me.
Well, we all thought Stafford was that too, but Stafford actually proved.
No, Stafford has proved to be a gunslinger, man. I was
like Stafford.
Wildly impressed last week.
Yeah, I like Stafford.
One of my freaking worst takes ever was last year. I really wanted the Vikings to trade for Matt Stafford when Kirk went down and try to figure out some deal where they could trade or something and bring Stafford over with that connection with KOC and shit, and maybe that could work. And then we finish the season strong when he got healthy because we already had such a good start. You know what I mean?
I think if the Vikings started off better
we'd be
last year,
fucked with them now.
I think if the Vikings started off better last year, they might have done that.
Yeah, and a lot of that bad start was because of miscommunication with Cousins and KOC.
Yeah.
That's why I said I think the problem. This might have been KOC's. This is KOC's team, but hell no, George. They ain't America's team. Half America hates them motherfuckers. But I mean,
I hate to say it, but Green Bay is probably more America's team than Cowboys.
There's a whole lot of motherfuckers don't even know where Green Bay is on the map.
But they cheer for him.
I don't know where that is.
You're not missing much. It's a little whole dunk town fucking in Wisconsin.
Oh,
The weekly get-together spot is Walmart.
That's like my town. We're small, man.
You know, but yeah,
Isn't there a? I think the biggest restaurant they have is Applebee's.
damn.
the only 4-star restaurant they have is friggin' Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, bars. The teams when they go to Green Bay, which is why I don't know why they're putting the draft there. You don't even stay in Green Bay. You got to stay like 45 minutes away in Appleton.
Yeah.
Hey, Bart, did you go to the NFL draft?
No, I didn't. No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
working. I wanted to because that was so close. I just couldn't make it work.
Why do they
you-
keep passing
go?
over Minneapolis?
Yeah, I went Pupper Bar. Yeah, I went.
Oh, sick, dude.
Could you imagine? Hey, the draft is. Can you imagine if the Vikings do win the Super Bowl? Can you imagine them going on stage in Green Bay with the 32nd pick?
With Randy Moss.
The Super Bowl champion Minnesota Vikings. That's right, y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah,
The Super
I
Bowl
hope
champion
that-
Minnesota Vikings. What are y'all gonna say now? You can't say that trophy case is empty now, can you, motherfuckers?
Yeah, man, they're fucking. Oh,
God.
That's a good take.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh, that's a good take.
And it would be Randy Moss announcing it.
Yeah.
The one that moved the crowd. The crowd.
Yeah, it would be Randy Moss announcing it.
he's got swag too. He'd kill it.
And at the end, he'd moon him again.
Yeah. How about that Super Bowl, homeboy?
Did y'all know Randy Moss and Chris Carter is going with the team to London?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard that.
Jake
fucking
Reed is already over there.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yep, Jake Reed's already over there.
I hope
He's
we
got to
go
be
there
the
early,
biggest
man.
former Viking who's the biggest Viking fan.
Him and John Randall both.
Do you think they jump on a plane right after the game the week before?
Well, let's see.
I think Tuesday. I think when
They jump on the. How long does it take to get there if you fly?
No, it depends on when your arms get tired.
You're gonna miss a day because
Yeah.
I think they
Isn't the
go.
jet
I
lag,
think
right?
they
'Cause-
leave on. I
I bet they leave Tuesday.
I think Tuesday they leave.
So they'll get there. They're gonna have jet lag.
I
So
hope
you
they-
really only got like 2 days to practice.
Who was it last year that went like right after their game and then they showed up? They were the only team that didn't look bad. Well, they all looked bad, but they didn't look as
Well,
bad.
that's
as
why the
they did.
Vikings have never lost in London because they actually go over early. They don't wait.
Yeah, I hope we go over.
Thank you, George.
Thanks,
George.
George.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Let's go to
George killing it tonight.
Damn,
So now you go up against Aaron Rodgers. Now this is going to be interesting because
Yeah.
we're going to see Rodgers against that Flores defense. Aaron's seen it all,
Mhm.
But Aaron's slow as hell.
but I don't know. Aaron's gotten older. His reaction time is not what it used to be.
That and
Yeah,
for you to beat our team with a legendary quarterback like that, everybody has to be on the exact same page and no mistakes, and
Well,
he has to be reacting perfectly.
he
And
does
doesn't
have.
They're like 5-6 games away from getting to that good if they ever do.
Well, they have. Remember though, he does have Lazard. Him and Lazard have a connection.
Bill Lazar has
Well,
been
he's
doing
been
shit
failing
this
in
year.
fantasy for me.
Lazard, if Lazard didn't have a connection with with fucking Aaron Rodgers, he wouldn't be in the league.
Yeah, so you know who's covering Lazard is Murphy.
So
Man, I'm okay with that. Lazar average is 40 yards per game, if that.
That's
Wow.
usually
yeah,
just
but
one pass.
the problem he makes the catches when they need it though. Like if Aaron Rodgers needs a go-to play, Lazard's where he goes.
And the thing with Rodgers is he's gotten older. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But that's why
They need
he's
to
the
have
only
those-
quarterback him and Stafford are the only two quarterbacks that if the Vikings win tomorrow or Sunday, which I think they will, 4 losses is the most losses I see.
I'm going
Because
to say something right now, though. He's going to throw in Rodgers in London will throw an interception to Harrison Smith, and Harrison Smith will return it for a touchdown. I'm just putting that there right now.
Nice prediction. Yeah, that'd be sick.
But that's what I'm saying because Rodgers and Stafford are the only two quarterbacks who have enough experience to kind of figure out what Bluefield does.
Which stadium are they playing at? Are they playing at Tottenham or are they playing at
They're playing
London?
Tottenham.
Tottenham? All right. Okay, so
They'll probably do the best out of any team so far in comparison, but they're still going to get beat by like 2 possessions.
I don't think their defense can stop the offense of the Vikings. The Jets
He'll
defense.
do okay, but
Because even Sauce Gardner can't cover JJ 101. He's going to think he can, but he's not going to
no,
be
he
able
can't.
to.
Yeah, you know what the problem though, if he stays healthy, is Addison. Addison's going to get the single coverage, and
Well, not only that, but Naylor.
yeah.
And then so think about this. So about I would say after the bye week, right? Think about this. Okay. Aaron Jones is the running back, starting running back. Sam Darnold, right? Justin Jefferson, Jalen Naylor, Addison, and then you'll have Hawkinson as your starting tight end.
I'm not counting on Hawkinson.
Well, no, they say that he's probably going to be back on the.
I'm still not counting on Hawkinson.
So
I'm not. Matter of fact, I'd probably sit Hawkinson.
It looks like he's going to give it a go. Yeah,
just to be safe, I would. If you're what you're going to do, you put him out there for maybe 10 plays, see what happens, but don't.
Well, after the bye week is when he's coming back. Like if the Vikings,
like
if the Vikings didn't have a bye week after the Jets game, they'd probably do that. But the fact that they have a bye week after the Jets game, you know,
do the Jets have a bye week after the London game?
No, I do not think so.
They went it. They're playing.
Well, KOC actually said that he'd take the bye week. I think he was planning on starting JJ after the bye week. That's why I think
the Jets flying to London is not as long as the Vikings flying.
Oh, what was that? A couple hours?
That's a big difference. I think it's like it may be 8 hours for us and 6 hours for the Jets.
Yeah, I think the Jets. Is it? No, I think the Patriots are to have the shortest trip to London because they're farther east in New York, I think.
Yeah, I think if you're the Vikings and everything's working with the passing right now and you don't have TJ, let TJ heal up.
Yeah, he should take his time. We'll need him in the playoffs now.
You'll need him in the playoffs down the stretch. Just let him heal up. I mean, it was a bad knee too. So, have him run some plays, have him start to get integrated in the offense, but don't leave him out there extended amounts of time.
But no, I was just talking about that's how good the offense was eventually going to look
when
Hawkinson comes back.
I think without him, we can go.
I think
literally be undefeated up until after the Rams game.
You know what actually was a blessing in disguise was when Justin Jefferson got hurt last year. The Vikings learned to play without him.
Oh my God, Trisha's bored. She's watching the CFL.
Oh gosh,
I'm watching The Quick and the Dead.
She's watching. I'm watching. What am I watching? Oh, First 48. Yeah, she's watching the CFL.
Yeah, nobody's superhuman like freaking AP, and they can come off that injury and be ready week one and play and run for 2,000 yards.
Well, that's why I don't think Jordan Love is playing.
Viking,
That's why I don't think Jordan Love is playing Sunday.
No, I honestly think it's all a fucking ruse, and it's just like this. It would be literally you'd have to be brain dead to put him out there. And I know the Packers are freaking. They can make some stupid decisions. I don't think they're that stupid.
Okay, Purple. Stupid and not that stupid when you're talking about the Packers anything don't go together because they're stupid. They'll do it. Why will they do it? Because of their ego. LaFleur's got an ego. And he's going to want to stick it to Brian Flores because Brian Flores is getting all this press. He's going to be like, oh, he's nothing. Watch my offense ruin him. I'm going to start Jordan.
I see that. I see that he could be the idiot that makes the decision to go with him.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. And
they've been cautious with bringing injured players back in the past, though.
Well, they also just another thing too. They just paid Love.
Yeah,
and so I think they paid. They know they can't win without him, but it's still early in the year, so you've got 2 wins with Malik. Just play it out.
They don't realize that gave them the breathing room that they needed to give Love. Like, even if they lose against us and he comes back next week or the week after, their season isn't totally lost.
You see, here's the thing. The last thing the Packers want to do is chase the Vikings. And right now in the standings, they're chasing the Vikings. So if they lose to the Vikings, not only are they 2 games down, they're also 1 game down in the division.
Yep.
So they're already in a hole.
They'll blow their engine trying to catch up or stay with us or catch up to us. Just, you know what I mean? And then their season will be over because it'll just be tremendous if they try to keep up with us, or catastrophic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then and LaFleur is going to make a bonehead decision too. He's
they think he's some freaking like genius because he beat 2 freaking terrible teams with a backup. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Remember last year when we were like, a lot of Vikings fans were happy after we won with our backups, and nobody gave us the credit. Nobody fucking hyped us up like they're hyping up the freaking Packers right now. Nobody was putting us top 10 in their power rankings after those 2 wins.
That's because
they're all laughing at us and saying, you don't know what the fuck's coming.
That's because Green Bay is like the media darlings because they're a small town. They don't have an owner, and there's football immortality, as they say. There's football history, and that's it. I mean, you will never hear them talk about the Packers when they sucked for 20 years before they got far. They haven't always been good. And they've had how many franchise quarterbacks now? Counting Jordan Love, that's 3. And how many Super Bowls do they have? Be it more than the Vikings, they've only got 2.
I don't think Jordan Love's a franchise quarterback yet.
No,
I don't think so either.
But I also don't want him to get injured and not have the chance to prove us wrong.
I don't care. It's football. You get hurt. Deal with it.
That's true. Yeah, it is part of the game. It is part
you're going to – everybody's like, no, I want to play them when they're healthy. It's, you know what? You play them when you play them, and you take care of business when you play them, healthy or not. And this whole talk, everybody – San Francisco did that shit last year when they played us on Monday night talking about, well, we didn't have this player, we didn't have that player. What's your excuse this year?
Yeah, no.
I came right back at him. We didn't have Justin Jefferson.
But
we didn't have Justin Jefferson. And y'all lost to Kirk Cousins on a primetime game. Get the fuck out of here.
But injuries are part of it, and it's like when it happens as a result of just hard play, that's great. But like when you're getting injured after being thrown out there too early and as a sacrificial lamb, that's what I don't like. You know what I mean? Like,
well, sometimes that's on the players.
Like the agent is supposed to protect them there, but
sometimes when those decisions are made, that's usually the players. But when a coach does it, there's the problem because right there, the coach doesn't have a backup plan in case you went down. And so that's on the coach. For the player, ego gets involved and they're just competitive and they want to get out there and play. So, they'll play with a half broken leg. Fucking Jim Youngblood played for the Rams all through the playoffs in '79. He had a broken leg.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Yeah, you know what, Kelsey? I think age is just caught up with Kelsey. I'm going to be honest with you.
He's starting.
I think age is caught up with him. It's not anything, with who, but he's 30? How many years? How old is he? So he's up there, and age just catches up with you.
That girl's going to destroy that man.
What you doing, smoking hookah, Purple Bar?
Hitting the bongs, my friend.
Oh.
It's legal.
Yeah, and she's putting it on him on a regular basis. So, he'll be a song here in about a month.
Like she's gonna break his heart and he's gonna fucking destroy their season this year. Slouchy. She broke my heart. I'm gonna be like, shut the fuck up, Travis. We're playing football, and they're gonna be losing games. Like, but she left.
Well, put it this way: who would you rather be with, Taylor or Brittany Mahomes?
Brittany Mahomes.
Boy, you're desperate.
Right. Who would I want to be like? Like if I was a girl, I'd want to be her. Isn't she more respectable?
No. Who would you rather date?
Who would I rather date?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's better looking for sure.
Yeah, Brittany's a train wreck.
Like I like me some white girls, but like not a big.
And remember when Brittany was hanging out with what's his name's brother all the time? That was just weird. He's like banned from the team, I guess. Pat Mahomes' brother. So
I like more wife material than home material. Don't get me wrong, I like the date hoes, but like when I think of like the future, that's why I guess I lean towards Brittany. But
hey, at least you're honest. At least you're honest. You're okay with a hoe.
oh yeah, no, and I'll have her on my arm and shit. I'll show her off for a little bit, and then run.
But don't get comfortable.
Oh yeah, and Travis is getting comfortable, bro. Oh man, he's gonna get destroyed, bro.
Yeah. You know what though? If it means Kansas City doesn't win a Super Bowl, I'm cool with it. They won enough Super Bowls.
If she's the reason that they destroy their 3-peat chances, oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Oh,
if she's the reason, that doesn't say much for the football team.
If that causes that much turmoil, that
doesn't say much for the football team. But it's like, okay, you've won enough. I mean, you don't win, you don't win. You still got rings, motherfucker. Shit. You're already considered one of the greatest franchises in NFL history, and these teams too. So if you don't, you don't. But I've never heard about a woman bringing down a team. But
if I'm Kelsey, I'm shooting a baby in her. I don't know what he doing.
Yeah,
done that thing called birth
control. If you're stuck in that's what you do. If you're because
she's on that thing called birth control. And okay, the advisory thing up there, his pullout game's got to be top notch.
Yeah. Jesus Christ!
Hey, the sticker's there. I can say that.
He said Brittany had
Ellen did bring down Troy.
Rider.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh no, did bring down the Beatles.
Oh Jesus!
I thought you were going to bed, Sarah.
Now why she can't sleep? But I mean, Kansas City don't win the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna cry.
That's what I'm saying, George. If I had the kind of money that fucking Travis Kelce, I would find myself a nice, quiet, fucking wifey that's really, really hot, and that's fucking not gonna be.
You gotta remember though, Travis's ex-girlfriend, she put his ass out there on blast.
Oh, she was fired up.
He got rid of her. She put him on blast after he dumped her ass.
That's fucking brutal.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Yeah, man. Big game tomorrow.
Well, the one I was expecting to have baby drama was Justin, especially after that shoot went through. But
she getting paid. She
getting paid now, and you notice how that goes away when all of a sudden there's a bunch of zeros on that check.
Yeah.
Sign this NDA too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Many zeros can cure anything with a number in front of it. Shit.
For real.
Hey, Zoe, what time is that Gopher game tomorrow?
At 12 o'clock Eastern time.
So the ass kicking will be over by noon.
My team's off tomorrow. So
shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan puts up 34 points.
That's what I said. I said it's gonna be like 31-10.
Yeah. I think the finals probably, what was it last year? 56-10? I could probably see 49-13 this year.
Yeah, I think my running back gonna go off on tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 48-10, 48-7, 48-3 type of game.
Yeah, the Gophers just I don't know.
And you can tell the Gophers. I mean, look how good the quarterback for the Gophers quarterback from last year. Look how good he looks playing for Rutgers this year.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know about the Gophers. You know, and this kid we got this year, I forget where he's from. Well, shit. Last year at the Gopher Bowl game, they had no quarterbacks. All the quarterbacks went in the transfer portal, right? They had to go get a quarterback that was on the roster, but he wasn't on the football team. They had to get him back. He was doing he had another job.
Yeah, South Carolina had to do that before they got Spencer Rattler. Their quarterback they had that year was a graduate assistant.
Yeah, we had to get the guy back just to play in a bowl game. We had no quarterback going
Man,
into
what's
the bowl
Steve
game.
been at?
Yeah, where is Steve?
Yeah, where's Steve, Sarah?
Talking about Spencer Rattler. And he a Packer fan too?
So the Twins, so the Royals and the Tigers made the playoffs tonight. So that means the Twins are done.
The Tigers on fire.
Oh my God. Go fucking Twins.
Yo, what do I need to do? Do you guys have any live streams where you guys went over like the basics or the fun of at college football? I literally know nothing. I don't have a team, but you guys talk about it and I want to know, where should I start?
Oh, to learn the rules and shit?
Just like how to get into freaking college football. There's just so much shit. I don't know what teams are good, what the divisions mean.
Well, there's a lot of people who only watch NFL, don't watch college.
Yeah.
But college football is a different atmosphere than the NFL.
Yeah, it is. You should just cut that TV on and watch the top.
Just
10.
watch any game.
Well, there's the Power 5, there's the Power 4 conferences, and then there's the Group of 5 conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So Group of 5 conferences will kind of be like, they don't have as much money or power or as good as usually the Power 5, the Power 4 conferences. So like the really good teams, there's the Power 4 conferences like SEC, the Big 12, the ACC, the Big 10. All those teams.
That's where I should pick a team from one of those 4 divisions.
Well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of choices. It's just you have to find a team that meets what you're looking for.
A purple bar.
Yeah.
Just don't pick the Gophers.
I
don't want heartbreak.
No. Or you wanted to get heartbreak with them. You just won't get any winning.
Out of respect for AP, I'd probably just start with the Sooners just because he played for them, and that's really the only team I know about just because of learning about AP. But I don't know if they're good. I don't know anything about anything. So.
They're competitive, put it that way.
Yeah, they are. All right.
They're competitive. That's all you can say about them.
Organization, eh?
I've lived in Minnesota all my life, so naturally I'm a Gopher fan.
Minnesota, oh yeah.
You know, and I had friends that played on the Gophers, so
Michigan's got legacy too. I hear.
Oh yeah, we've all got legacies.
Don't always understand. Nice.
Yeah, we've all. I mean, Michigan and Minnesota all have legacies. It's just Michigan's been more successful in the recent years than Minnesota has. So, but we're right up there as far as legacy goes with the Ohio States, with Michigan, with even more so with Wisconsin.
Hey, Purple Bar, don't listen to Tony right now, man.
You know what? I'm talking history, so Zoe's lost.
Well, let's not talk like Michigan's history is great now. I mean, yeah, they're the all-time winningest team in the regular season, but you go from 97 to 2024 in between championships.
Say that again.
So I said Michigan is for as great as Michigan is in the regular season. They don't win a lot of championships.
You right. We win the Big Ten a lot though.
Yeah, but you don't win a lot of national championships.
Say much because the Big Ten for years it was called the Big 2, Little 8, and the Big 2 were Michigan and Ohio State. So,
we also produce. We have some good college players.
Yeah. Put it this way: if it's not Michigan winning it, it would be Ohio State.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd get Iowa in there. Maybe you would get 1 year was Northwestern. I don't know
Michigan
how that happened.
Michigan State might win it. But,
Michigan State might win it, but usually every year, regardless of who's in the conference, it is Michigan and Ohio State.
Kraken, welcome from Australia, bro. 4-0. Wow, maybe you guys can answer this. I've always wondered, how is it there's so many like undefeated teams in college football? How does that work?
It's the beginning. At the beginning of the year, they usually schedule like teams that are like second, like 2 tiers lower than them. They offer them a lot of money to play on their schedule and get their ass kicked.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's usually what happens, unless you're the Gophers.
you pay.
Yeah, Notre Dame played Northern Illinois $2 million to go play there, and they lost.
How much did they pay Northern? How much did Notre Dame pay Northern Illinois?
$2 million.
And they got beat.
We should.
You paid $2 million to get beat on national TV.
Well, let's be honest. $2 million in Notre Dame was like $200 to most people.
Still, that's $2 million you could have spent on some little Hoboken. You could have spent that at Hoboken University to come up there and play you, and you would have ran up 100 points on them.
Hey, Purple Bar.
Yeah.
Man, you right next door to Michigan. Be a Michigan fan.
I could be. That's an easy. It's an easy drive to watch games.
Oh,
Yeah, you better up being a Michigan fan because you're that close. You're right in the vicinity.
Oh, you'll love it at the big house.
My sister lives in Columbus though, so I do travel to Columbus a fair amount.
Ohio
has got some good football, right?
No, you don't want to be. You don't want to be an Ohio State fan.
Are they not doing good anymore?
No, they're always good, but you don't want to be an Ohio State fan.
I hate Ohio State.
Are they just one of those like front-running teams?
I'll give you a perfect. Do you like Packer fans?
No, they're like, oh, really? They're like them?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they're matter of fact, they're like the college.
But put it this way: they tried to trademark the word "the."
Yeah, they put.
They go the Ohio State or whatever.
They call themselves the Ohio State, but they tried to trademark "the," but they were told no because you can't trademark.
You can't trademark the.
Yeah, you can't trademark one of the most used words in the English language.
Right.
Oh my god.
No matter how much of an accent you put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're annoying. They are annoying. It's actually nice to watch them lose to the Wolverines because they have a total meltdown when they lose to Michigan. Total meltdown.
Fuck, when they lose to Iowa, it's even worse.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they lose to like Iowa or Wisconsin.
Because I've seen Michigan fans like, God damn, we lost to Iowa. But you know what? Good on you, Iowa. You don't beat us very often. So when you do, good job. Ohio State fans like, oh, we should never lose to this fucking trash team. Ohio, who the fuck is Iowa?
Fans,
Michigan, when they do that, we should never have lost to them motherfuckers. It's usually if they play the Gophers and the Gophers win.
Right.
Seriously, if the Gophers beat Michigan, they're shocked for like the whole season.
We ain't gonna see Zoe do any shows.
So if that's the case, Zoe gonna cut that stream right then and there.
How is Michigan doing? Because they won the title last year. Wait, what's the biggest game in college football then?
National championship.
And then Michigan won that, right? Last year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With JJ, right?
Yep.
So that's the only reason I know about that too.
Yeah.
Well, right? And how are they doing after that? Like, are they slumping? Or are they still like good? Like how does that work?
They look like they can be beat, but
go to the NFL and like, how do they maintain good? Like, it's the program that makes them good. Like,
Michigan is one of those teams that they've got so many players coming in and out, they never lose a step. Matter of fact, if a player leaves because they're not getting any play time, they got another player to step in right away.
Yeah, the biggest thing with college football, I guess you can compare it to free agency, is they have recruiting. They recruit high school kids.
Yep.
And these high school kids are ranked by going to camps and stuff like that, like a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. And the more 5 stars you can get is good. You need 5 stars to win championships. But most teams are built off of 3 stars. So it's like the 3 stars are the foundation of your team. 5 stars are the players that take you over the edge, mostly. And teams like Georgia, teams like Alabama, they get like 3 or 4. They get like 4 or 5 5-star players every year, which is very, very hard to do. But it's like Michigan is reloading, but they're not Nick Saban's Alabama. Nick Saban's Alabama would win a championship and they'd be good or even better the next year. Michigan's play at quarterback has dropped so much that they can't really maintain what they did last year. But Alabama would win a championship, and the team they would have the next year, the quarterback would be even better. The team would be even better. So that's why Alabama was so damn dominant,
right? That's just like dominant, right? Like, how do they do that? Like, is that through the spending of the school or like through? Because I remember I watched the SMU 30 for 30. I don't know if that's still prevalent where there's like donators or whatever the hell they call them.
There's always hey, go over there and meet this booster, and the booster would have like
boosters, yeah,
would have like $400 or $500 in the palm of their hand. They'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And the money would get transferred. No one would know about it. You know, that type of shit went on. But now NIL, you don't have to do that no more.
No. That's what got SMU. That's what got them the death penalty. They took football.
Yeah, that's what the death penalty. That's what I was like. Whoa, that's extreme. I need to learn about that because
that goes on everywhere. That goes on everywhere.
Yeah. But like, so then, how does Alabama do it? Where they just have good recruiters then?
Yeah,
having
a lot of people want to go there.
Having a head coach like Nick Saban helps.
They got Saban. They've also got the alumni. They've also got money coming from.
There ain't shit in Tuscaloosa.
Right. They've got money coming from all over the goddamn country.
Right.
And as a player, you probably feel like it's one of the best shots of making it to the NFL. I'm assuming.
Well, not only the NFL, but also winning a championship. Like there's players for Alabama that would be backup. They'd be second or third string for Alabama. That they are so good.
They'd be starters with anybody else.
Most other teams, but they don't have the NFL and they don't have like the championship. Like a third string player at Alabama more than likely will start probably at
everywhere else.
Probably like 90. Well, there's 130. There's 134 teams. There'll be 136 next year. There's
136 colleges I have to go through to choose the fucking team. Holy shit!
Well, no, like Louisiana Monroe, unless you're
more than that.
Well, like Louisiana Monroe, unless you're from Louisiana Monroe, you ain't cheering for that team because they're bad. But out of 134 teams in college football, only 90 of them, just enough to fill the bowl games is good enough. Most of them are just, they're in the Division I for the money. But
LSU, I don't know how good they doing this year, but LSU got one. They got a nice quarterback that's gonna be there next year. He from Detroit. He the best quarterback in the whole country.
Well, the refs help them win one of their games, man.
He go crazy.
Have the Michigans given you a lot of heartbreak over the years?
Hell yeah, when we lose to Ohio State.
Really?
Man, so one time they beat it like 45 times in a row.
Oh damn!
Yeah, they only ask them.
I only ask because I grew up as a little kid. I was a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and they were just like they broke my spirit when it came to you know what I mean. So when I choose teams now, like I always wonder, I'm like, how bad is it going to be?
Wait a minute! Wait! You're a Maple Leafs fan, and they broke your heart all the time, and so you're going to be a Vikings fan?
Yeah, I know that is a total contradiction, but in my defense, it's Adrian Peterson that brought me into the NFL to begin with, and then over the years, I just admired him, and he became.
You mean the same Adrian Peterson that fumbled the ball 3 times in the NFC Championship game against the Saints?
And the same Adrian Peterson that would give a draw play on freaking 3rd and freaking 18, and he'd come up with 22. You know what I mean? Like he was freaking the definition of fam or feast. But I loved him, and for me, man, he's like top 3 all time. And I don't know, I just his work ethic, everything. And then I just kind of became a Vikings fan. I was only about like the superstars at the beginning. I didn't know too much about football in general. Like I got into.
So you're still new to this then?
Yeah, 09 when Favre's first year was really the first year that I watched a whole season, every game.
That's 09, yeah. It's 09.
09. Somebody showed me my college roommate showed me a highlight reel of Adrian Peterson's rookie year, and I was super into like working out, and I was doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he's like, "How do you not?" like football? Like I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're into like MMA and all this shit, and like, why don't you like contact in football? And he's like, watch this, and he gave me a highlight reel of Adrian Peterson, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? This man's half man, half amazing, and just a physical athlete. That's kind of got me into the game, and then I started liking the superstars instead of the team.
How old are you?
I became a Vikings fan.
How old are you, Purple and Gold Bars?
I turned 40 this year in like October 30th.
Okay, yeah, you're.
And so
I'm 58, so
you've lived most of your life without watching NFL football. I feel
that's wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's wild. I've been watching football since I was like
I grew up on the NFL. That was as soon as matter of fact, I started watching NFL when I was 5.
Damn. So Purple Bar.
I was hockey though.
I just noticed this. You wasn't hip to Randy Moss.
No.
I didn't know about that. I was watching my fucking.
You think AP was something? Oh man.
I know, man. That's what I went. I've gone back and watched games from that season and watched
Okay, so
like
imagine
leaders. I
Justin.
needed to learn about the franchise. I learned some of it, but like the heartbreak doesn't. I wasn't there for it, so it doesn't translate well through the documentaries and stuff that I watched.
Okay,
Like
so
Alan
imagine
Page and all that shit. You know, man. Like, come on, like.
imagine Justin Jefferson, but taller and faster.
Oh man, I was definitely there when he
That's
reemerged
Moss.
in New England, and I saw how good he was there, and I could only imagine. And then then when I heard about 98 and then learned all that, I was like, "Fuck, man, how do we lose that? That was it, you know."
You missed you actually literally, and because you're younger, you missed like a whole generation of when Viking football was the shit.
So no Dante Culpepper.
I'm so jealous of you guys, man. Like, I wish I had that. Even though like there is a lot of bad and heartbreak, like everybody says and shit. Like, I'm very optimistic still when it comes to being a Vikings fan.
Yeah, you're young, you're new.
He said, "Who you are franchise with? Randy Moss or Adrian Peterson?"
Oh, if I was going to start a franchise
in today's football, or then
I'm doing Randy Moss.
In today's football, Randy Moss.
Yeah,
Randy Moss, my favorite Viking player.
Yeah, if it's today's football, which is a passing game, you want Randy Moss.
Moss changed the way teams play defense and draft.
Yeah, that's my favorite football player. That's my favorite Viking player. He had an attitude, swag, everything.
Yeah, man, I love freaking just cocky, freaking like not diva receivers, just like Ocho, like fucking Randy. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, shit. Ocho, which
you know
is
what I mean?
half
I love
as good
that
as Randy
shit.
Moss.
I love it.
I don't. First of all, me, I played football and I played defense. So the last thing I like is a cocky ass wide receiver.
That's why I love how JJ's so team
Unless
first.
he's on your team.
Not even if he's on my team. I went off on some of my teammates for running their mouth.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. It's like, shut the fuck up and play football.
Man,
Nobody
Randy
needs.
Moss,
You don't need to show off, nigga. The NFL ain't out here looking at your ass.
I tell you what, Purple Bar. Back in like the early 2000s, oh, you would love football back then. You had T.O. with the personality.
Yeah,
oh man,
I caught the tail end of Ocho and Cincy, man, and him and T.O.
Man, T.O. was different. T.O. was an animal.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, when he got the ball. When he didn't get the ball, though, he let you know it.
Yeah. That's the type of attitude I don't like. But I like the cocky, like, rub it in the other team's, like, aggressiveness, not the whine, give me the ball.
Well, see, JJ is not like that. JJ is like cocky as like even when I'm double.
Oh, JJ's going to be cocky on Sunday because if Jair Alexander's out there, he's going to be cocky.
Yeah.
You know, T.O. was the truth. Did T.O. play in the Super Bowl with a broken leg or a broken ankle or something?
I didn't know.
With a broken fibula.
Yeah, he had some kind of
fibula with
he had some kind of injury. Yeah.
He still went for 100 yards.
He's a really tempting choice even in today's game because, like, man, like dominant running game is really, really good. He couldn't catch the fucking ball though. God damn, so fast. AP. He
couldn't catch the ball. See, okay, if you think about Viking history, one of the things the Vikings have always had is a running back who can catch the football.
Robert Smith was nice.
Robert Smith could catch. The greatest they had was Chuck Foreman. He could catch.
Michael Bennett was nice too.
Michael Bennett could catch. AP couldn't catch if his life depended on it.
You know, that's true. He didn't have to catch it. Sometimes he'd have 187 yards.
Really, yeah, but sometimes you need him to catch a pass to keep a drive alive, and he couldn't do it.
I know.
He just couldn't do it.
The price you paid to have him, but he was just such
a
fucking stallion.
Didn't he even bobble his first ever touchdown? Didn't he even bobble?
Yeah, he bobbled his first ever touchdown. Barely.
Oh man, he's the definition of feast or famine, dude. But he's just, oh man, I love him.
So you don't know all the other shit that went on with him, do you?
I try not to pay attention with like controversy and stuff like that. Like, it's just like it's hard. It's already hard to get around like stats and like things going on, and then sort of think about people's character and stuff like the really like heinous stuff. I definitely don't agree with and stuff like that. Like no Ray Rice kind of shit. You know what I mean? But, like, For the most part, I'm just like, you know what? Like, people are human.
Well, he done told that woman
fucked up
twice.
and they're gonna do stupid shit. I know they had something with his kid, right, and stuff, but like, and
Yeah, I ain't like that though. They did. I ain't like that one.
That was just
one was the fucked up.
If that happened back in the 80s, no one would have batted an eye.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He's grew up in an area where your grandma told you to grab a switch and you fucking bent over and you fucking
and don't come back with one of the weak ass switches either.
Hell,
Then your
what?
grandma would go
Here's
back
the
and get
thing:
one.
we went and did it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's like, you know what that's like? That's like you're getting ready to be executed, and the executioner is telling you to point out the gun you want to be killed with.
Yeah.
My dad used to do the wire hanger. He'd go over to the closet, pull a wire hanger, and make it straight.
Oh,
It was really bad, and then he'd hit me with that. Like most of the time, it was the belt, but like my dad was the switch era too. Like he's from El Salvador. Like so,
I got the belt.
I got
Yeah, I got the
that was
belt.
most of the time. But when I fucked up real bad, I got the wire hanger, and those were the worst kind of beatings.
Yeah, I got the belt, and that was up until just reflexes. My mom went to hit me, and I grabbed the belt out of her hand, scared her, and scared me too. So
That was wild.
Oh man,
My mom was a
like
shoe
that.
thrower.
Oh, you getting your ass fucked up in this family? Oh man, cousins, brothers. Oh no,
it was a reflex. I just grabbed the motherfucking shit.
they ain't hearing that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and he went through that, and then all the babies, and he's broke right now. He has no
yeah, he's
money.
broke. Yes, this was like as a character, like character wise, or like as a role model that way in life. Definitely not probably a
But he had, and I will come to his defense with this: whoever was managing his money
I heard they
Yeah.
robbed them.
stole a lot of his money.
Yeah,
That was the problem.
Was there.
Yeah, that was the big problem. Yeah, he's still trying to get in the NFL. He hasn't officially
He
retired.
hasn't officially retired. Yeah, no, he still wants to play.
He hasn't officially retired.
That shit over with.
But I mean, you missed like a whole generation of great Vikings. So you got to watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Well, watch Tony's show on Wednesdays.
Yeah, or watch the vintage on Wednesday. I'll point you in the right direction. Because I know I know some of the history. I don't know all of it, but I know some.
Oh yeah.
I know enough to make a show. Put it that way.
Hey man, I'm about to get out of here though.
All right, Zoe.
Nope.
I see y'all
Well, I will log in with you tomorrow, brother.
for sure.
All right.
Sunday we're doing the live streams though, so
Just 2 more sleep boys tonight and
All right,
tomorrow, and then it's fucking celebration week.
Go time in Green Bay.
That's gonna be so good, dude. We're gonna fucking destroy them.
Yeah,
literally have
it'll be
nothing.
go time in Green Bay, and I don't think the Packers are ready, but I could be wrong.
I pegged them at 9 wins this year because I feel like they have talent and they have a good roster, but they have to go through growing pains and chemistry work before they even get to the point that you can claim they're consistent. They're gonna fuck up a lot more than they're gonna do good. You know.
I
That's
said
the first thing.
I did say 7 to 10 wins, but I've also figured JJ would be playing by now too.
Yeah. That fucking knee injury, man.
like I said, if they win 7 games this year, it's been a disappointment then.
We or the Packers?
No, the Vikings.
Oh
But
yeah,
I think the
winning at
Packers.
least 10 games now.
I think the Packers are going to be second.
I think 10-7 wins the division. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I just don't see it, man, in the Packers. I just don't think they have the adversity or the
Well,
consistency.
no, I think they finished second in the division because I think the Lions are third. I think the Lions are going to falter.
I don't. You know what? The Lions won 11 games last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pull up their schedule.
I see them at 9-8 or 10. I see they're going to have a drop off.
I see the worst the Vikings go is 12-5.
No,
If they win Sunday, the worst they'll go is 12-5.
Yeah, because the teams they're playing aren't that good.
Right, because after
12-5. I thought you said not. Never
well,
mind.
because after Green Bay they play New York, right? Then they have a
Mhm.
bye. Then they play Detroit, and then they play LA, right? So then after that they got Tennessee, the Colts, and the Bears.
After that, yeah, they've got the Colts, Jacksonville, Tennessee, and the Bears. The Colts are at home.
So that's 4 wins in a row.
Yeah, they got 3 straight on the road with Tennessee, Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Chicago.
Yeah, that's 4 wins right there.
And then they're home 3 games.
Right.
Arizona,
That
Atlanta,
that might be a loss.
Arizona.
Yeah. Arizona's good this year.
Eh.
The Falcons are definitely going to be a win.
And then Monday night, now get this, Monday night we play the Bears on the 16th. There's also another Monday night game, Atlanta at the Raiders.
Well, that stretch from the Colts to Arizona, that's all trap games to me.
They can be, yeah.
That I don't think they have any. They're like if
But
we
they
just
should
have the
win all
roster
those,
to roster and skill to skill, we should just destroy them. But
see,
before
normally
the
I
game
would say that.
we fucking lose those games sometimes.
Normally I would say that, but it seems like the Vikings are not playing down to their competition this year.
No, and that's why I say
that's why it's different.
And we're not playing like the old school, like we're not letting some of those old tropes kind of take over like we used to. I feel like if we win this week, and if we're undefeated after that Rams game, I honestly think we could win and then basically sit out and basically rest up from like Seattle to the end. Those last
the one game that could be the problem is Seattle.
It's in Seattle, of
course.
Yeah, that's why.
We'll probably. I feel like we'll clinch first place by then with 15 wins, and then sit the rest.
Well,
of the
okay, so let's say they win Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say Aaron Rodgers scares me, so I'm going to give them a loss against the Jets. Okay. So that's 4-1.
You're still 4-1.
Bye week, you play the Lions, right? Is it home or away?
It's home.
So I think we win.
So that's a win. That's 5-1.
That's a win.
Yeah.
All right. Then they play the Rams. That's
short week. It's a Thursday night game.
That's a loss. That's 5-2.
I think we beat them still.
They win the next 4.
Yeah. The next.
Colts, Jacksonville, Titans, Bears.
So that's 9-2.
And 3 on the road.
Losses then.
Right. I don't think it matters on the road. But
and you think the last games we sit the next 4 losses.
So then after Chicago, they play who?
After Chicago is Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'll say that's 3 losses.
Okay.
No way.
Then they got Atlanta. That's a win.
That's a win.
Then they got the Bears. A win.
That's a win.
See, I've got them beating Arizona because it's at home. I got them losing in Seattle.
All right. So that's 4.
Yep. And then they've got home to Green Bay.
Okay.
And finish the season at Detroit.
So, like 13-4, 12-5.
You've got 12-5, 13-4. I've got probably 13-4.
It all depends. It all depends on if they beat Arizona, then it's 13-4.
I see they beat Arizona.
So I think they lose in Seattle because it's hard to win in Seattle.
I got them right now 13-4 because they probably, I hate to say it, they might lose in London, and only say that because of the travel.
Well, I say it because they're playing Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers don't scare me.
So
I think our chemistry still beats them out.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers doesn't scare me really. He doesn't.
But I can see them losing to the Jets in London.
Yeah,
even though the Vikings have never lost in London.
Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. He's the only one that has the processing power to handle fucking B flows.
That's why I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, and they say Aaron Rodgers has seen everything. Well, can Aaron Rodgers decipher like he used to?
I think. Well, as you get older, deciphering gets better, but your reaction gets slower.
Right.
So I don't think he's gonna have any. I think his post. See, most of these quarterbacks make their reads pre-play. I think Rodgers has got the ability to do it post-snap. That's why and Stafford. That's why those 2 quarterbacks scare me.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I agree with that. But that's why I say if we can,
those are the only 2 quarterbacks that scare me.
Game, I think we're basically golden after that.
Because we know Cousins can't do that shit.
No.
So those are the.
I've also noticed something about Sam Darnold reads his options better than Kirk. He looks at them real quick. He does. He surveys the field a lot better than Kirk. Kirk gets tunnel vision.
See, I'm actually excited because even when the Vikings were 13-4 and they were barely winning those games, I was scared to play the Packers. I'm like, fuck, it's the Packers. For some reason, this game Sunday does not scare me at all.
No, the Packers are.
I don't know why it doesn't, but it just doesn't.
The Packers aren't that team. They aren't. You were scared with Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love don't scare you. And the Packers have basically they got a bunch of players. I don't even know who they are. I don't know who he's throwing to. You know, the Packers are just an average team now. You know, we aren't losing the following after the big game, right? Plus, this team is a lot tougher than those previous.
Yeah, because Mike Zimmer would have beat San Fran, but lost to the Texans.
Yeah, he would have lost.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He would have lost. Childress would have lost. All of the coaches, maybe not Denny, definitely not Bud, but Jerry Burns would have lost. But yeah, I mean, it's a different team this year. It's a different vibe. They're a lot more physical. They're a lot more in your face type of thing. It's a different attitude. They're not passive. They are actually aggressive on both sides of the ball. They're dictating at the line of scrimmage. So
I remember a few years back, I used to watch games and watch like really, really good defenses, and they like all crash to the ball. And I'd look at our team and I'd be like, why can't we do that? You know, and now we're doing that. Everybody, like the first guy comes and the second guy, the third guy, and everybody just crashes on the ball and has energy and puts everything out there on the line.
When you've got 4 or 5 guys around the ball carrier, that's good team defense, which means everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, you know, another thing we're not seeing is how many times have we seen a defense? This was notorious during Zimmer's period. How many times have we seen the Vikings get a team? They dominate the first and second round. They get a team in 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15. And what happens? They sit back, they let the guy catch it right at the first down marker, then tackle him. That ain't happening this year either.
No.
They play that soft zone.
Yeah, that's
They
not
play
happening.
they play that soft zone cover 2 prevent, keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
This year, it's they're actually daring you to throw it to the stick.
Mm-hmm.
They are. But you know what? The one they're throwing it to is whoever Byron Murphy's covering. They're not throwing at Gilmore, and they're not throwing at Griffin.
He does alter his strategy a little bit when playing from the lead, unlike when we're just being super aggressive at the beginning of the game, like Beeflo does.
Yeah, you can play better with the lead.
He changes a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, you can do more because you do have a lead. I mean, they gave up yards at will Sunday, but they didn't. At the end,
people talking about Brock Purdy threw for over 300 yards
because we wanted him to.
Okay, first of all,
we needed him to throw 30
take away when the Vikings were playing soft in that fourth quarter.
Yeah,
take those throws away. He throws barely over 200.
And first of all, throwing for 300 yards in today's NFL is commonplace.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're not going to shut down an offense completely. What we did last Sunday to C.J. Stroud is damn near a shutout, literally.
They're going to remind this week that why they're as good as their roster's still really good. So yeah, that was really impressive.
Yeah, I mean it's you have to look at what type of football is being played nowadays, the rules, everything. For Minnesota, just allowed 7 points, and what's his name had under 300 yards passing. Stroud got benched.
Yeah, they pulled him.
Stroud got benched. Stephon Diggs caught 10 passes for 93 yards. He didn't get 100. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't run the ball. You know, it was basically statistically it was a shutout.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, I gave too much credit to that offense in my prediction video. In my preview, I said that by the time C.J. Stroud started to figure out how to move the ball on this offense, it'd be like late in the second half and maybe running the clock. He didn't even make it to that. They pulled him before he even figured it out. They're like, I don't
think he ever did. I think what happened was
he was so fucking flustered. Like, it's going to take the next game for him to try to figure it out. Like, they were like, you know what, we've seen enough, and we're not going to put you out there to fucking get injured.
And he was getting hit. C.J. Stroud was getting hit. They was putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
Van Ginkel had a sack. Grenard had 3.
Yeah.
You know, so, and Larry Tunzel, you're paying this man how much money to jump off sides every other play? Come on.
That was the biggest thing with the Texans fans. They're like, Larry Tunzel, you talk about being the best left tackle in the league. You always make a reaction whenever a left tackle gets paid, you know, talking about you want more.
Mm-hmm.
A top flight in defensive tackle doesn't get called that many penalties in a game, especially false starts.
And we have Darrisaw. And look how Darrisaw played.
Yeah.
Dominant. But
Yeah.
the thing with those penalties, that and lining up in like too far back, those are all veteran tricks to try to like jump the snap and try to get the edge on the defender because he knows it's a losing battle.
Well,
Darasol
That's
doesn't
why
do
he
it.
even
kept
with the
getting-
rules,
Darasol doesn't do it.
they've allowed, even with the rules, they allow the tackle to
Mhm.
line up a yard behind the offensive line, so he's prepared for the oncoming rush.
and he was
He's
still
still
trying to
jumping
sneak up on
off sides.
him. Yeah,
Daras-
like that's what I'm saying.
Darasol
He
doesn't do
just- he
No,
knew
Darasol does not do that.
You only do that when you're outclassed and you're outmatched and you know it.
Yeah.
So I was not that, and home field advantage. Home field advantage is another thing that I was just like banking on, and I was like, they have no clue. Like my first time that I went to US Bank Stadium to watch a game, it was so fucking loud and it like rattled me to my bones. And I was like, I could only imagine being hyped up, full of adrenaline, trying to win a game, trying to listen to your coaches, trying to listen to your quarterback in that atmosphere. I was like, fuck that, man.
They
The first
weren't.
time you're coming here, you have no clue what's coming to you. And
They
then-
weren't. I mean,
Yeah.
D'Amico, and I like D'Amico Ryans as a coach, but he did
Yeah.
not have that team ready.
Yeah,
And-
Sarah,
it's hard
I
to-
saw that. I was watching one of those Houston Texans posts, because every time the Vikings play somebody, I watched the reaction of the YouTubers from the other team. There was a YouTuber for the Texans who said that. All these
Yeah.
goddamn penalties. That's why then his
That's what
partner
I meant.
goes, dude, you don't fucking lose 34-7 because of penalties.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
The penalty is a side effect of
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't.
you're
So
out coached.
the guys like, this was a good old fashioned ass whipping. The Vikings whipped their ass, which is why I know I know it's a division game, so green teams are always up, but you can't compare last year's Vikings team to this year's Vikings team.
No.
And here's the thing, too: the Vikings could literally go into Green Bay and beat their asses, right,
And they'll
and
say-
not have to worry about them till the end of the year.
Well, not that, and then people will still be like, "What did the Packers do to lose this game? Not the Vikings did to win it."
No, the Packers lost this game because they got beat.
No, but I'm saying the national
They need
media.
to, and I like we've said, they need to start giving the Vikings some damn credit. Stop with this. It's everybody,
It's almost to the point where they can't ignore us anymore. Almost.
and they're going to try.
But because they can't use the excuse that they used 2 years ago when they called the Vikings frauds. That's not going to work this year.
No, not this year. That year,
No.
that defense.
That year, yeah, that
was
year was legit. They were legit frauds.
The
Yeah.
offense was good. The defense was definitely frauds, man. Fuck, man. That Donatello's a fucking loser, man.
Yeah, and they kept him.
Fuck.
They kept him that whole year, and that's why I said that's why
See, I think if KOC was a coach this year and Donatello's defense was like that, I think KOC gets rid of his ass.
Yeah.
I do too.
I don't think KOC keeps him because that was KOC's first year. He's getting a feel for the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wouldn't have given.
If
By the
Donatello,
way, KOC didn't hire Donatel.
right, which is another reason why he would
Yeah.
get rid of him. That's
The
which is another
Vikings
reason
front
why-
office. The Vikings
Yeah.
front office hired Donatel.
That'd be another reason why that I think he'd get rid of him today. If
Because I
Donatello's
want to
defense
say
was fine.
Donatel got hired before KOC was announced as head coach.
Well, that,
And I think they announced a couple of assistant coaches before they announced KOC.
was Quasey hired before or after Kelsey?
Quasey was before. Quasey's the one that brought in Harbaugh.
Okay.
Quasey's the one that brought in Harbaugh.
Harbaugh fucking bullet. We would be playing in Zimmer 2.0 right now.
I wanted Harbaugh. He's
He is
not.
a winning coach. I'm not going to.
He is not Zimmer. He is nowhere near Zimmer.
No, not in attitude, but I mean like that style of like running the ball and just being tough. You know,
That's what KLC's doing now. That's literally what KLC's doing now. KLC didn't do it the first 2 years, and I think that's because management was in his ear. But he's doing that now. He's running the ball. He's being physical. He's taking no bullshit. He's aggressive in his play calling, which I got on him for.
You're selling me. You know, I do respect him. That's why I've given a lot more credit to the Chargers because of Harbaugh. But yeah,
Well, Harbaugh's going to have problems now because Justin Herbert's hurt. So, and Harbaugh would have loved to have had JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, but yeah, I mean,
the connection would have been sick. Yeah, that's true.
You know, Harbaugh already he was supposed to get the gig. He was going to be announced, and it fell through. And when I heard that, I was pissed. That's why they hurried up and got KOC. You know,
I like having an offensive.
Well, hopefully,
so
because we both wanted Harbaugh just because of his history, but hopefully,
yes,
hopefully it looks like KOC right now seems to be a good choice.
Right now, we'll see what happens. Wouldn't that be a bitch though if he had a Super Bowl between the Chargers and the Vikings?
Dougie Wilson says that the Vikings love the extension for KOC is coming. Like they love him in the organization. So,
well, yeah, because right now it looks like the right choice.
So
it looks like the right choice, and they're not going to be second guessed about it right now. They were getting second guessed last year, but they're not going to be second guessed about it, and they can kick it down the road if they have to. But
and Kwesi's drafts have gotten better.
Like every coach and every like head office, it all depends, right? They could either, develop and become the next freaking dynasty and the next New England Patriots, or they could become the Cleveland Browns based on their decision making and how their job, right? But until we know how that plays out, like so far, yeah, you're right. Catch it does look like the right decision, but you know what I mean, like they say in the movie, or was it you live long enough to become the hero or the villain or some shit like that? Like,
yeah.
So you could then also be,
if you live long enough, the hero becomes the villain.
The wrong way. You might evolve the wrong way and actually be not the right thing, So we don't know yet. Yeah,
and like we said,
Harbaugh is more proven when it comes to coaching. Yeah,
and like we've
said,
it's
really bad being the villain. I mean, come on. They always wear the coolest shit.
Or Deadpool.
You ever notice the villains always wear the best shit? They always dress cooler than the good guys.
Yeah, no, I do like me an anti-hero.
Well, and here's the thing,
Deadpool's my favorite character. So
if everything works out, everything will be fine. But say the Vikings take a drastic nosedive, then the speculation starts again. So
it will, yeah, of course. That's why I think, because I'm such a young Vikings fan, I'm so optimistic that way, and I look at it like, man, if everything goes right, like I look at it like we have a little bit of that, like New England's essence because of B-Flow's tenure there and KOC being a part of that whole thing. So like there's a feeling of like they've learned or absorbed some of that, and they're passing it on to our team. Plus optimism that like what they're doing right now can translate, if all goes right, to like a championship era or a dynasty. But like at the very same time, we could look good for 2 years and then completely fall off and be the laughing stock, and then I could be fucking heartbroken, and then I can just be there with you guys.
Oh, that optimism! I remember having it so many years ago. I remember it so well.
Maybe I'll be that beacon of like optimism in our chats.
And then reality will set in. You'll be like, "Fuck it, this is just my future."
I got a Vikings tattoo and everything, man. I went balls deep. I didn't care.
See, a Vikings tattoo is kind of cool though.
I got it on my calf.
The Norseman head is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Not as good as the horn on the helmet though.
Yeah, Sarah, they do.
Yeah, they do now. Hell, the Rams, as soon as what's his name's done, they're ready to hire him back. McVay still has a contract on the table from. Do
you think he's washed?
Who, McVay?
Yeah.
No, I think he could leave and just go into broadcasting. He's got a contract from Fox.
Oh, do you think he did like he'll move on?
He's already said he could go to. He's Fox has a contract for him right now.
Yeah, not after what he did Sunday against the 49ers. He's not washed.
Oh, I had no idea that he
let's just put this. Are we giving the Niners too much goddamn credit?
All their injuries are on offense.
After this year, if they fail the in the playoffs or
that defense outside, yes. I mean that defense outside of Warner and Bosa.
But here's what I'm talking about though.
They've had good shots at it.
Both the starting tackles for the Rams are hurt. Both starting wide receivers are hurt, and their starting running back is hurt.
And they beat the Niners.
And that defense, the 49ers have injuries, but on offense, they don't have so that's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's more on the Niners. I
You still
mean,
got to give the Rams credit.
I give the
See,
Rams credit.
if the
Yeah,
okay, so let me go to
Everybody
that Rams
forgets-
game with the Vikings and Rams. If the Rams are not healthy, then no, they won't beat the Vikings. But I think if the Rams are going to start getting healthy by then,
they're still not beating the Vikings.
so
They're still not beating the
I'm
Vikings.
only saying that because it's McVay and he's got Stafford at quarterback, and McVay, if
See
anybody
how
can
both
figure
they-
out the Vikings defense,
I'm
it's
saying it won't
McVay.
beat the Vikings because, first of all, McVay is the only thing they've got. Stafford doesn't scare me. The only person that ever scared me with the Rams was Aaron Donald, and he's gone.
Down, yeah.
Yeah,
So guess what? You got a big ass void on that line. So what do? You run at him.
Yeah.
You keep Stafford off the clock. You don't know if Cup will be back. You don't know if Nakua will be back.
Just keep them
I
on
think
the Stafford on the sidelines.
Cup
Yeah,
will be
that's
back.
true.
I'm not sure about Kua, but
But-
Cup should be back.
When it comes to the 49ers, people keep forgetting or conveniently forget that Shanahan was calling the plays and everything when they collapsed in Atlanta, right?
Oh God, yeah.
24
Yeah.
or 20.
But here's the thing,
23.
though. Yes, yeah, and Tony will tell you. Tony's going to know where Tony knows where I'm going to go with this. Yes, you can blame Shanahan, right? But he is not the one who ultimately is to blame.
Matty Rice was really
No,
bad. Then.
Quinn is the one who is ultimately to blame. Why? Because Quinn is the head coach. All Quinn had to tell Shanahan was run the fucking ball. End of story.
Yeah, that's
But he didn't do that. So Quinn
true.
is the one who's ultimately to blame for that.
Yeah, the best thing to
That's
do
true.
was to keep Brady off the field, and
Yeah.
they didn't do it.
That's how you beat the Patriots.
I
Keep
had
Brady
to
off the
put-
field.
That was my
You-
greatest.
That's
prediction
honestly how you
ever.
beat a lot of these NFL teams. You keep those quarterbacks off the field, they're lost.
Yeah, they are.
Like I
Yeah,
said, these defenses
Mahomes off the
nowadays, yeah, these
Well, the Chiefs have a good defense,
nowadays
though.
are not built to stop the run. They're just not.
The Chiefs have a good defense, though.
I remember that year I had a Super Bowl party, and like right at halftime, like everybody started leaving to go freaking to other Super Bowl parties that were like freaking Falcons or whatever. And I remember just kept telling her, I was like, guys, you have no idea. Like, if anybody can win this game, it's Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
Well,
And they
go,
fucking won. I was
going
like,
to that going to that bars. I can't if I was on Twitter. I can't remember if it was on Twitter or Facebook. I'm not really sure which one it was. And even in the house where I was out watching the Super Bowl party, everybody's like, "Oh, this is over! Congratulations,
Yeah.
Falcons!" I put in that chat. I said, "Dude, it's TB12. It's Tom fucking Brady. This game ain't over to 000."
yeah.
And then the
They-
Patriots
the
scored.
second half
And
was
then they
fucking-
stopped the Falcons, and then the Patriots scored again. It was like,
I was like, what the fuck's going on? But I was like, man, if there's any team that can do it, it's them.
yeah,
Like, they did get a lot of things had to go right for them. Like the Falcons did have to fuck up quite a bit for it to happen as well. But you know,
plus,
is what it is.
Julie Edelman made that catch too.
Yeah, that one. Was that the year where he like caught it like the double pumped it like
Right off the ground. Yeah, yeah.
Right off the ground,
yeah. Like that was fucking insane, dude. He was good. Like, yeah, like maybe the 49ers are overrated.
They are.
Their roster and their like this is one thing like people always joke about how they have the Avengers on fucking offense and defense. Oh, fucking Fred Warner and fucking Leonard Floyd and all this shit, right? Like they're so good on defense and fucking look at their offense. You got CMC, you got fucking Captain America. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the thing about the
they should've won
49ers.
Super Bowls
Is
by
that
now then by those fucking numbers.
people are like, oh, the Vikings have beat the 49ers, but every time they played the 49ers recently, they've had injuries. What are you talking about, motherfucker? They had CMC last year.
They still had the Hulk out there. They still had fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like when you got the Avengers, you still have Iron Man out there. Why the fuck aren't you winning?
Well,
Yeah.
put it this way:
Destroy us
the
logically.
one place the
Destroy them.
Niners shouldn't play the Vikings is in Minnesota.
Yeah,
They haven't won in
We have
Minnesota
their
in 30
number
years.
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have their number at home. We just are their kryptonite.
Yeah.
And KOC knows how to beat them from being part of that freaking same coaching family.
I forgot how good this movie was. I'm sorry, guys.
Which one are you watching again?
The Quick and the Dead.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie with fucking Gene
Is that
Hackman
cooking it there with Sharon Stone?
Yes.
and young Leo, right?
Yep, young
Yeah,
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah, man, I love that movie.
Yeah, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
One of the few movies where Sharon keeps her clothes on.
No, there's a nip slip in there.
Well, for her, that's
Yeah,
all it
yeah,
is.
for her, that's keeping her clothes on. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's funny. Oh, fucking the fucking what's her name died this year? The softcore porn fucking queen.
Maggie Smith died today.
What was her? Oh, fucking the chick that. Oh my god, what was her name?
What movies was she in?
She was like everything softcore porn in like the 90s, late 80s and 90s. Dark haired broad. She died this year. Fuck, what's her name? I'm not
The
old.
softcore queen when I was growing up was Linda Ferrantino.
Oh shit.
Oh, and that was only because of what was that movie she did? Vision Quest?
Oh, she was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, she was.
First time I saw her with the full clothes on the full time was the Men in Black.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the 49er fans.
Shannon Doherty.
Oh, Shannon, 90210.
Yeah,
I
Shannon
wouldn't
Doherty.
say she was a soft. She never showed her boobies.
You kidding me? What are you talking about? That's how I found her. Found out about her. I was fucking jerking off to her at fucking 13 back in the day on fucking Showcase, man.
Are you sure it was her?
No, it was
On
not
fucking-
Shannon Doherty. Shannon Doherty's
Yeah,
never
man.
showed her boobies. Yeah.
It could have been. Matter of fact, one of them dated somebody from Motley Crue.
David Duchovny used to have that show Red Shoe Diaries or whatever, and she was
Red
on
Shoes
it.
Diary.
Oh, that
wasn't
was
on
Mitzi Capture.
Yeah, that wasn't Shannon
Oh,
Doherty.
did she look like Shannon Doherty?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Mitzi Capture.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, you said
man, I
you
was like
said
13,
softcore
dude.
porn. I'm like,
I thought
I'm
that-
sitting there going through the people who died. I'm like, Shannon Doherty died, but she's never showed.
Yeah,
her
that
boobies.
was you're thinking of,
Yeah, Christina
she was someone
Applegate
else
has
then.
never shown her boobies either. So it's like, who's she
Sorry.
thinking of?
you're thinking,
Oh my
you're
God.
thinking of Mitzi Capture.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm sorry. Sorry, Shannon. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to
see,
fucking
like
miss
George,
that.
like
I was like, man.
George is like, where's that film? I want to
like,
see
man,
that.
that's
Everybody wants to see
So,
it.
speaking of, you guys remember Saved by the Bell, right?
George.
Yeah.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen her daughter?
Is she smoke show?
Her
She got a
daughter
kid.
looks just like her. Just
Oh.
like her.
She was gorgeous.
Yeah, just like her.
You know who's like fucking like this will date me, you know what I mean? Because this is who I thought was like be the hottest fucking girlfriend in high school. Fucking oh my god, her name is Teal. Jessica Biel from Seventh
From
Heaven.
Flashdance?
No,
No,
Seventh Heaven.
Jessica Biel was in
Seventh Heaven, man.
Yeah,
that's,
you're
like churchy family show.
That's
Yeah,
Justin
I
Timberlake's
was
wife.
allowed to watch that when I was growing
yeah,
up.
that's Justin Timberlake's old lady.
Yeah. She's fucking a smoke show to me, dude. That's like my dream.
All
girl.
those guys. Ryan Reynolds has got a hot wife.
Yeah, his wife is fucking. Oh, what's her name?
Lively.
She's fucking smoke. Yeah, Blake Lively. Yeah, she's
Blake
fucking-
Lively, yeah.
And that fucking like mole or like freckle that she's got. Oh, to die for. The A-Team was the fucking era, man. Oh shit, I was a little kid. You guys were like in high school when the A-Team was going on, eh?
Oh, when I was a kid,
18
when I was
uh,
when I was a kid, the hottest woman on TV was Daisy Duke.
Oh,
yeah, Catherine Bach, yeah.
yeah.
She
Catherine
was the
Bach.
hottest woman on TV,
No
man.
doubt.
Yeah,
And then
she was
Fall Guy came out, and Heather Locklear was on that show.
no Heather Thomas.
Locklear
Heather
was
Thomas,
fucking
that's right,
beautiful.
Heather Thomas. Heather Locklear was she married Tommy Lee, and she was on Dynasty.
Yeah,
You know who I thought was fucking the smoke show too when I was growing up? She was on Lois and Clark. She was on Desperate Housewives.
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher, yes. She was a smoke show, man.
She
she-
did a bunch of like
Now she did show her
Max
rack.
and she did a bunch of
Did she
Max
really?
and
Oh,
Rick
yeah.
shows.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Right there.
Yeah, she did a bunch of those, and she was like, "Okay, yeah, this girl's one step away from hardcore."
She was kind of like the Halle Berry
yeah,
about how Halle Berry never showed her boobies, and she's like, if you guys want to see these, watch my movie. Terry Hatcher kind of did the same thing.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Was it Cold
She's
Hard
so
Surface?
hot.
I think is the name of the movie, something like that.
And then friggin' Hallie just got completely butt ass naked in goddamn Monsters Ball.
Hallie's
I'm
so
like,
hot,
damn.
man. To me, Halle Berry is like almost almost perfect when it comes to like.
You know who I think? You know who I thought was kind of hot, but she doesn't get any play anymore. Was Stacey Dash?
It's because she's crazy she's loony.
Hey, you know what though? If you're a hot crazy chick, you can get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, till you got to go to court.
You can't be ugly and be crazy.
Yeah, hot and crazy till they put a charge on your ass and you're like facing 15 to life. Yeah, okay. Hope that craziness was worth it.
For some reason, though, like look at fucking Pamela Anderson. Like,
I always thought she was nasty.
yeah, it's trashy, but people just like fucking all over that shit, you know.
Well, yeah, they're all over.
Oh, Sarah would not get mad. I don't think Sarah would get mad about this conversation.
It's not. I mean, with her, she was. I think the only real like normal boyfriend she had was Dean Cain, but she went from Bret Michaels to Tommy Lee to Kid Rock to the Gambler, whatever that dude's name was, and then all the what's in between. I mean, so I mean, her and Tommy was just a damn shit show anyway. But
yeah.
Well, we should hang it up here, Catch.
It's about that time.
Since I got to get up and watch my goddamn Gophers get their ass kicked by fucking Michigan tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch some ball tomorrow and try to get.
All right.
We got a team.
Gotta say bye.
Where's the dogs? Oh, there's one.
Yeah. She's getting her stretch on. The other one, we got a dog bed. It's got like a memory foam on it.
Mm-hmm.
And JJ lays on that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The dog just took over the couch, dude.
I forgot Gary Sinise was in this movie.
Oh, yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, he plays the father of Sharon Stone.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody for coming on tonight.
So, Purple, we do this every Friday during the season. So, and then Wednesday we do our Vikings vintage. So, if you want to know about the history,
if you want to hear about the history, tune into the vintage on Wednesdays.
Yeah,
I'll definitely be by for those.
Yeah. So, then of course we do live streams on Sunday.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I want to try to cast one. Try to call it out.
Yeah, see, told you. Sarah's just as much perverted as we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, the hottest woman alive right now is Ava Green.
Who?
I mentioned that to my wife. She's like, "Oh, that dirty whore."
Who would you say?
Eva Green.
Which one is that?
Do you ever see A Dame to Kill For?
No, I haven't seen it.
And then it's also the second 300.
I didn't. I watched it first. I have never seen
Casino. Did you ever see Casino Royale?
Yes.
She's the one in the red dress that drowns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife is like, that dirty whore. I said, yeah, but you can sit next to me and say, oh, he's hot. And I'm like, yeah.
You know, my ex-wife used to do that shit all the time, right? She'd be like, oh, that guy's really hot. I'm like, yeah, that guy probably sucks more dick than you, too. You know?
Yeah, I don't care. My wife, well, you know, that's just what my wife is, but yeah. What does it say?
But yeah, I mean, we do this every Wednesday. We do the vintage.
No, our Basset Hound, his name is JJ, but it's not for Justin Jefferson.
What's the name of the Dalmatian?
Inkiri.
What is it?
Inkiri.
Oh.
It's Norwegian for a goddess of. It's daughter of God, a goddess of like gorgeous goddess or something like that is her name.
Why couldn't you just give her a name like Valkyrie?
And then JJ is for JJ Watt. It's Jasper Jackson, but it's after JJ Watt.
Well, you got to name him after
Because
JJ Watt.
my wife is like, well, not only is JJ Watt, she's like, not only is JJ Watt good, but he's fine as hell. So
yeah, you're stuck. So
yeah.
whatever animal you get next time, you got to name him Moose.
So come on, buddy. Trying to see if he gets up here.
How
It's
old
like
is
what-
Basset Hound?
When did we play? When was the last time we played Jacksonville at home?
2020?
See, there's JJ. That's the day I went to go pick him up. He was 6 months old. So 6 weeks, 8 weeks old.
So he's about 4 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
he doesn't like to be. He doesn't like to be on camera.
Oh yeah.
Does he like?
It's Inkeri. That's how you spell Inkeri. Yeah. So that's how.
Okay.
That's how you spell it. God damn. See, I'm at the age now where I'm sitting on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and my knees are bent, and when I put my leg straight, my knee goes crack.
Oh, welcome to my world. You have one knee. I have both knees that do it.
Well, my right knee does it more than my left knee, but they both do it. Yeah.
I'm supposed to have my knees worked on. I don't know. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm supposed to. So
yeah,
I'm delaying the inevitable.
Beautiful. So it's beautiful daughter, beautiful goddess hero's daughter. So,
Well, guys, I am out of here.
Yes, sir.
So we thank everybody. We thank everybody for
coming and hanging out. Don't forget
Yeah.
to like and subscribe.
a cat named Vagina.
Do all that fun stuff.
It's an every Friday thing, so
We appreciate everybody for joining us as usual. Like I said, well, Sunday, I joined Zoe, and are you doing the show with him, Tony?
I will be on there.
Yeah. So Joey, don't forget to join Zoe. English, it's a language. Join Zoe and Tony tomorrow for the Michigan Gophers game. Then, like I said, we'll be back Sunday to the Vikings live cast. So we thank everybody for joining us. George, as usual, can't tell you how much we appreciate the donos.
Thank you, George. Thank you so much.
Yes, it means so much. Davey, thank you for joining us. I saw you that your phone died. You came back. Appreciate that. Too Evil, you were in here. Appreciate you and all that. So, like I said, we appreciate everybody. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. But if we can't tell you how much we enjoy you guys joining us. We do this show for you. So, like I said, we thank you so much, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Go watch.